Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, but I just want it. Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, hey, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. But when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it. Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? But I just want it.
Deep inside I knew from the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. Now this don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and night with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this perfect soulmate. I wanna show it my best friend. She's saving my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh baby, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. I just want it. Hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. I just want it. Hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, to myself, hug it to myself. Oh baby.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting round, baby, drink your night away. Maybe we will not regret it, you will not regret me. Laying down under the sun, burning love cause we are young. No one tells us what's done wrong, cause it's just me and you. Yeah, it's just me and you.
It's just me and you.
Welcome
Yo,
to Stones Live.
Man,
it is a Saturday night.
we are here
We are here.
at Stones Gambling Hall in Citrus Heights.
And we are getting ready for a fun single table tournament. It's going to be a $550 buy-in, $500 to the prize pool, $50 to the house. And depending on how many people show up, because we don't have a full table yet.
Not yet.
Which means if you want to get in the
Yes.
game, you can still do so.
Lucky you guys. We have seats available for you guys to come on in. But we have some action already started.
We have already,
yeah.
so quick. Pocket Queens with the 3-bet has got Queen Jack in real trouble here.
This is the first hand. Ooh, boy. I like it. Randy and Josh.
Good news for Randy is that he missed. However, he is betting out. And that may
However, he is betting out. However, he says, let's go for it. I'm in position, in a sense, because I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll find out now.
We'll find out what's going on.
Oh, no, I
I'm
take
trying to figure out if that is their way of thinking.
I take
actually.
that back. Looks like Randy checked correctly, and then Josh bet.
Okay.
I was misreading the
way to
the
get us back
positions
there. You got us.
All right. And as you can see, only 4 people started at the very beginning of this single table tournament. However, one person has already joined up. I know that, so it's at least 5 people now. And my understanding is that we've got at least one other person on the way, maybe a couple. But that does mean that there are still seats available as of right now if you are, within a 2-hour drive. So keep that in mind, and we'll see what happens tonight. Should be fun.
Just wanted to say hi to everyone in the Twitch chat. I didn't get a chance to say hello. Sandy Joy, what's going on? Thank you for coming by. I do remember some of your guys' names. That was one that I remember coming to pretty much almost all our streams. I really enjoy that.
Sandy Joy's a regular for sure.
Great. And you two, what's going on? I'm glad that you guys are able to make it to our last Saturday 550 single table sit and go. What happened last time? Last time we have a full table? I think we were pretty close, right?
Yeah, I think it wound up being 8-handed maybe, because I know it started out short and then people came in late,
which is what we're hoping.
Yeah, they pulled the Phil Hellmuth move, skip first couple of levels, and
what
then
a guy.
Come in.
That's what the
later.
pros do. They don't have to arrive early.
Yeah.
He says that's intimidating to do that. He says that's why he does it. It's because of the intimidation factor.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if I believe him on that. Who else we got? We got Gamble to Gamble in the YouTube chat. Good to have you here. And Chuck Eggs in the Twitch chat. Chuck, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I've seen you here before, but good to have you around. Let's see. So everybody started out with 100,000 in chips, and it's a big blind anti-structure, which means that in this first level, the blinds are 500 and 1,000, and the big blind is also posting a 1,000 chip ante. So each orbit around the table is going to cost you 2,500. So you can't knit it up when it's 4-handed. Now maybe if the whole table fills up, you can play a little bit tighter. But as of right now, you're going to have to play some hands. So this could be a really good educational tool for anybody that plays tournaments and winds up getting into a final table.
I'd say so, because I generally am not in these type of games, such as a sit and go. I don't remember the last time I was in a sit and go, even online. But I do remember online sit and goes were really fun. Sit and goes here, it's really hard to find, actually. This is actually one of the very few in Sacramento area that I know of. So, yeah, if you guys are interested in that, here it is. Every last Saturday of every month, and then the last Sunday of every month, we have a nice tournament also.
I think a lot of casinos don't spread sit and go tournaments is because they're not profitable for the casino. I mean, like a 9 or 10-handed, like $10 sit and go tournament, it just doesn't make sense for the casino to do that. Whereas online, it's just another bunch of bits flying around.
Yep, good point.
Chuck Eggs is from St. Augustine, Florida. Very cool.
Ooh.
Now, where's St. Augustine? Is that in the Panhandle section, or is that near one of the major cities, Miami, Orlando?
Augustine,
I'm not familiar with Florida geography. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees there. How much wood could you chuck?
All right.
All right, here are chip counts. They're relatively all the same, just getting started, so no one in trouble yet or ahead. So maybe they're going to try to feel each other out. That'll be pretty quick, because it's going to go around, and you can see where the aggression is. I actually played with, let's see, seat 2.
Seat 4, you mean?
I mean, player 2, seat 4, you got it. And he was on cash 1-3.
Okay.
Good player. Good player.
That is
Jason
in.
Yep. Hi, Jason. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but hello, man. I hope you do well.
That's Josh and C. Dave.
Just because I ran into you. Dave here is gonna be a tough guy to beat, though, because Dave C seems to be an all-around player. You see him in a lot of no-limit games, different stakes, and these tournaments. So Dave C has Ace Queen. It looks like here pre-flop there was a raise to 3.5K by Josh, called by Dave. The flop comes 5-5-10, so no one hits the board. It looks like here Josh decides to go ahead and bet out for 4,000. Dave wants to see one more.
Yeah, it's sensible continuation bet from Josh. I mean, Dave's going to fold a lot of hands to that. Josh is going to slow down and hope that Dave C was calling with nothing and is just going to check back. But I think Dave C may go ahead and bet here, try to take this down. Ace Me Baby in the Twitch chat. Good to have you here. Buy-in and payout. The buy-in, it's a $550 buy-in, and the payout is going to depend on how many people are in when we close registration. If it's under 6 people,
well played.
If it's 6 people or fewer, it's winner take all. If it's 7 or 8, then the top 2 places get played. Places get paid.
Let's go.
And if it's 9 people, then 3 places get paid.
We get paid.
Yep.
Let's get paid.
Sit and go. That's exactly right. Loan for Cards. What's up to you two? Good to have you in the chat. We're starting to get the regulars showing up here.
Moobot, I was just about to say that.
Satoshi Initiatives, Montreal, Canada. Cool. Home of the Playground Poker Club. Deep Stack, Montreal, this month of October. That would be a lot of fun to go to. I've heard Montreal is just a beautiful city and great people there, and a lot of fun to hang out in.
That sounds fun. The way that you put it, you wrote it out there, is pretty much sounds like Playground Poker Club. Man, let's go. Home of that? I mean, did you know that?
I think I might have. But
are we getting played?
That's like way in the back of my mind that I might be able to pull out if it's a daily double on Jeopardy. But that's about it.
Well, I'll take it either way. Yep. For 500.
Yeah, Loan for Cards. Only 4 people started out in this. I know that we have added at least one more person since the show started. But there are still seats available. I know we got at least one person driving in. Yes, you should have come up and played this. I there's still time. If it's 2 hours or less to get here, you can still do it.
Hey guys, in the stream right now, I'm seeing Sandy, Loan for Cards. I want to ask you guys some questions, guys that I see here pretty often. Also, and the rest of you guys too, of course. If you guys are interested in joining this game, you can always hit exclamation point join to get information on how to get on the live stream. But do you guys enjoy watching the tournaments or more of the cash games on stream? Kind of curious on how you guys feel about it. I really enjoy playing cash because that's kind of what I'm used to playing and most comfortable in. But tournaments, man, I tried to get in a couple just to get myself warmed up, and I just didn't enjoy myself that much, man.
Yeah.
What is it? Tell me, what am I doing wrong?
I mean, it's a completely different mentality. There's a lot of people that are good at one and not good at the other, or enjoy one and don't enjoy the other, even if they're good at both. Right. And there's not really a right or wrong. And if you're just not excited about getting in a tournament and spending, especially if it's like a big tournament, like for instance the fall poker
Stone's
series,
Live Fall Poker Series,
starting next week,
right.
Starting on Monday, folks. Not only that, but we've got the meetup games with various vloggers: Jamin Burton, Tim Watts, David Tuckman, Alexander Fitzgerald. We've got the satellites all next week. Keep that in mind. $50 can get you into a $400 buy-in for the main event, and then there we go. So
main event.
If you're not excited about playing in tournaments and you get in, and you're committing yourself to, because you don't want to do it unless you're planning on winning. You're committing yourself to a couple of days of play. That can kind of weigh on you if you're not really excited about it.
Yeah, exactly. I loved how you transitioned from my sad story to promoting our tournament, which is great. So
it's coming up.
It's coming up
next week.
Because I'm cheered up just from that last moment. I'm ready. I can tackle a couple more tournaments, see how it goes. I hope to see you guys there.
Wattbry's in the chat. Hey,
Wattbry,
Wattbry.
how's it going?
Oh, and looks like he's going to be on the stream on Monday, it looks like.
Oh, really?
Putting out the spew. Well,
hey, I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Hey, at least if you do wind up spewing, it's going to be entertaining for everybody. So
I know I'll enjoy it.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. Feel free to do a lot of spewing if you'd like to. And I hope you're profitable in doing it. To add to that, make sure we add to that. We're rooting for you to win, of course. So run good.
Let's see. You got a couple folks in the YouTube chat. Balraj Chima, evening from London. Good to have one of our across the pond friends in the chat. And Teddy Pendrazdun. When you came last month, it was full. Of course, now it's only 4 players. Yeah, that's how it works. You can't buy a break sometime. Speaking of not being able to buy a break, Dave has not going to be able to buy a break on this hand because he flopped top and bottom pair while Randy flopped top 2 pair. Jason has nothing, and Dave is going to lose a big pot unless he can find a miracle 6 in this hand.
Yeah, this board here for Randy and Dave looks really good. So I could see them really betting for value here. I wouldn't really be surprised if Randy put in a raise here. Although a call isn't too bad in position, there's not really here anything on the board that he'd be scared of.
Randy did lead out, and then for 3,000, and then Dave C raised to 9,000. Went for the old check raise there, and Randy just called. And now Dave's spider sense is going to be tingling here because Randy goes ahead and bets again after Dave had check raised. And Dave is basically saying, hey, I got a really strong hand, and you're betting into me again. So Dave might even be able to fold here.
For a third of the pot. So I think that pot size bet, because it's a little smaller, made Dave think, is it worth it to maybe call once more? But I like that discipline laid out by Dave.
Yeah.
That the red flags for that raise and him not even being threatened by that and leading out, absolutely good read on that. I agree.
You get check raised on the flop,
Yeah.
and then you lead out again on the turn. Ooh,
Oh, man.
that'll give you shivers up the back.
You know, actually,
lay down, Dave.
that reminds me of one of my favorite plays is when you do check raise to get a free turn.
Yeah, well, sure, absolutely.
Right?
And
hey, let's see it. And then the reaction is great. What the? Why are you checking the turn? I love it. Dave, man, when is Dave not on this stream? I would love it. He's probably signs up 3 months in advance. I might be right. I don't know. How often? I think people do sign up to like 30 days. I think that might be what they.
Yeah, I mean,
what generally people will do.
Especially if you're like coming in from out of town. Now, Dave is a local, so
he did say local, not loco, just to make sure you guys didn't.
No, Dave is not loco. There are some players at this room that are definitely loco, but Dave is not one of them. Loan for Card says he would have gone broke on Ace-6. I think a lot of people would have absolutely done it. I think the Queen helped him get away from it because the Ace Queen would absolutely be a hand that might have played it all that way.
Now, see, the play that Dave made in raising his 2 pair was, of course, he was betting for value, but then with that call gave him more information on the next street. So it was just such a great way to play that hand. You got to put a little bit more money out there to see if you actually have the hand that's going to win. So,
Sean Valken-Leduc definitely agree about the time investment when looking at tourneys. Spent 3 days this summer playing the Big 50. Ended up cashing once for $800, but it was 3 full days for a net loss of $200. I mean, that's a a frustrating thing about tournaments. But the big advantage of tournaments is that you're capping your losses. So if you want an opportunity to play a couple days of poker, and only have X amount of dollars at risk, a tournament's a great way to do it. I mean, a cash game, you can put $400 at risk, and it can be gone within 15 minutes, and so that can be really frustrating. Boy, we got a nice hand for Randy here. Wakes up with pocket kings. He just smooth called Dave's raise to 4K. He's playing this kind of sneaky. And if a 10 comes on the river, his sneaky play is going to cost him money. However, Randy does bet 7K, and Dave gets out of the way with his overcard and gut shot straight draw.
So, Kieran, you've been playing some cash?
I've been playing a little bit of cash. I wound up playing for a few hours before the stream today in the 1-3 game.
That sounds great.
Yep, got about up 600, so I was very pleased about that.
Yes, that sounds good.
I actually haven't played in a few weeks. Just been busy.
Oh, the flex. The flex. I haven't played. I forgot a little bit, but hey, I get lucky sometimes.
Are these kings? Are those good? I don't remember.
I bluffed all of y'all. It's King Deuce. I meant King 2, not times 2. Well, that's great. I played some cash too. I'm having some fun. You have fun when you're running good, right? So hopefully you have a lot of fun in the future. More future. Are you gonna play tonight, Kieran?
Nah, probably not. Gotta head home. I gotta work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to get some sleep at some point. And,
right.
Sometimes these sit and goes don't last very long. Sometimes somebody flops the whole world, like Josh did right here when he flops a straight.
Wow.
Randy's got second pair, so it may or may not cost him too much money.
Let's take a look at the face of Josh. Yes, that looks like a person that likes his hand, but he's checking it.
And the bad news for Josh is that he made a flush and he no longer has the nuts. It's the second nuts.
That's insane.
It's one more way for a hand like King Rag to lose.
Shoot, this went really quick. I mean, they were just checking, not even really playing here, and so I don't blame him for the call.
Yep,
because it's pretty confusing. Yeah, that could be a bluff.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely,
or it could be like betting a 10 for value. If you like 10 Jack, 10 Queen, you might get called by a worse 10. So, yeah, totally understandable that Randy made that call. Looks like we got our player number 5 sitting down in seat number 2. So I'm sure we'll get a photo and a name to go with that jacket and hat.
Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. This is the Stones Live on Twitch and on YouTube. So the stream we generally have is on, Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday. Right? Did I say that right? Yeah, that has to be right.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. And so hopefully you guys have that on your calendar. Tune in and have some fun with us, chat with us, and criticize plays. Plays that we probably won't even do the same thing when we're on the table. I try to. I actually have been tried to be really disciplined about my plays, and and if you lose, you reflect back and you say, did I play right? Did I play well? Did I like how I play? If you could say yes, then keep going. Those sessions where you're winning a lot and you played badly. Getting carried by your luck box. If I make $500 on 1-3, I think of it as a success. That is definitely a positive. So I agree. $50. Let's go. So we got pockets. We have sevens and fours. 7-4-7 on the flop. Randy picked up a 7. So it's these guys. These guys are battling out. 10-8. Looks like we got straight by Josh. Josh hits a straight on the river. Man, rough one. This could be a 4-bet or 3-bet to 4-bet. It could go 4-bet. Shove.
Yeah, That's tough for Randy because that doesn't look like anything. I mean, Randy's never folding here. Obviously, Josh is putting in a raise.
Yep.
Randy's. I think Randy's going to be a lot more worried about a full house of some kind, like 7-9. So I don't think Randy's going to raise. Yeah, he's just calling there.
Yeah.
And he can't believe it.
Yep.
Cannot believe it.
And he really liked his hand, too. I would. I'd say, hey, you know what? That jack looks good. That 9 looks good. Nice work, Josh. You got the max out of that one. What a run out. Yep. So Josh is taking the lead to 150. They all start with 100K, and they're all still in the game. No one here in any trouble with their stack. Everyone's playing pretty conservative right now, playing pretty well. So this game here started about 30 minutes ago. Let's see. Yeah, about 30 minutes ago. You still need players? Yeah, we could definitely have a seat for you if you would like. Not low. How you doing tonight? Bring some friends. Have a good time. This is a good game to bring your friends. Bring us in. Bring
$550 buy-in, depending on how many people wind up buying in. It could be a winner-take-all tournament, or it could be top 2 or top 3 places being paid.
Looks like Randy and Un catch that jack, and Randy has a much, even though he's behind a little bit, he has a nice draw to come with it. So
absolutely,
I don't see Randy going anywhere.
Yeah.
So he might. He's actually going to go ahead and bet for value. I think he's what he's doing here. He may not be putting Un on a jack, or maybe.
And Randy does not get his club. I mean, he flops so good, and it's not good enough.
Yeah, and if you presented those two hands to me and showing me that flop, which hand I would pick, I would take that jack deuce all day.
Yep. Yeah, because you can often, even if you wind up not hitting your flush, you can often just put in like a big raise if the jack 9 leads out at you and take it down that way, just because you've got so much equity with that club draw.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see that on the turn.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a
jack deuce,
unsuited nasty jack deuce. Nobody wants
Doesn't
that.
look as pretty. So Un, who didn't want to take a picture, it looks like, has raised to 2,000. What are the blinds right now?
Oh, there's the picture.
There we go.
I would have been even better if it had come up as you were saying the sentence.
Yes.
Yeah,
that would have been great.
Blinds, I think it was. It's 500 to 1,000, I think.
500. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have 5 minutes. Oh, less than 5 minutes on the clock.
Yep. Got a hand brewing here. 3 different pocket pairs. Un has pocket kings. Randy has pocket 9s. Jason has pocket 5s. And Randy is not going to be loving this in a moment because he is 3-bet to 10.5. Un is playing it tricky.
Battle of the pairs.
And
a pair on the board.
Everybody thinks that's a good flop.
This is what happens in poker, guys. Everyone has a pair all the time, and you'll always see a pair. What if that happened? That would change the game a little bit.
kind of a small bet from Randy, only 9,000 into a 33,000 pot. Oon's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that flop is pretty safe. So I don't deny. I wouldn't deny it that they probably think that they have the better hand here, both of them. Let's see what Oon decides to do.
Was that 10,000?
10K,
Yeah, of course. Oon's got a raise there.
Well, I mean, now we see. Now, because he bets that amount, it's more of a feeler bet, it seems. And wow, a small min raise. I don't like that raise at all. But let's see. He might have something else in mind. And it looks like it was raised again. Nope, called. All right.
Now, Oon might wind up checking that just because Randy 3-bet pre-flop. And Pocket Queens is definitely a hand that can 3-bet. Randy's going to go ahead and check, and Oon does check it down. He doesn't like the spades. He doesn't like the queen. And Randy is thinking, why the heck did I buy into this single table? Because I am getting just crushed in every single hand.
Now,
cannot buy a break.
I mean, Kieran, yes, I do like what he did there, but I mean, could you argue that a bet there would still be good on the river, given that, yeah, there's a lot out there, but I mean, the live reads there from him is like, I mean, why would he check there if he had a flush? Why would he not put some sort of bet out there if he hit, any big hand, actually? So I could see that, but if you're betting, you're basically saying, I can't call a raise if that happens, right? So,
I guess the question is what
could
hand
he be
that
holding?
Oon is going to be beating is going to wind up calling a bet, because it's going to have to be a pretty huge bet.
Yeah.
And so I think that pocket jacks might call, pocket nines might call, and that's what he had. But there's probably not too many other things that are gonna call with worse. I mean, probably pocket jacks and pocket nines are gonna call, pocket aces are gonna call. Obviously, pocket queens or any 10 is going to call. So it's
you're
a
leaning
tough
more
situation.
You're leaning more with the safe call there, or check, actually.
Yeah. I think I like Oon checking there. But the way the hands were, Oon absolutely may have been able to get a little bit of value there. Maybe not. Maybe even if he does like a a small bet, like a 10K bet, 15K, Randy may find the fold there. Randy's got a pretty good hand here with the King Jack suited. He's calling Jason's raise, and he's actually got Jason dominated. Dave is coming along. Wow, 2 open-end straight draws. Jason with the Jack 9 and Dave with the 7-5. And Randy, poor Randy, actually still has the best hand, but he's got almost no equity, so he's getting out of there.
Okay. So Jason and Dave have pretty good hands here. Let's see what the turn brings.
Dave picks up his pair, and he's got the advantage now. Jason's going to have to hit a 7 or a jack or a queen. A 10 is nothing.
Check, check.
Jason might try to bet here and take Dave off of it. That's going to be tough for Dave to call.
That is what he did. Yeah. I would see a snap fold, and it is. Nice work.
Yep.
Well played.
Yep, can't blame.
You guys are playing pretty well. I like
can't
it.
blame Dave for folding there. I mean, all he has is bottom pair. And
man, why are these guys playing so good right now?
Yeah.
We want to pick on somebody.
Yeah, can't we get some kind of donkey in the game or something who just doesn't know what the hell they're doing instead of everybody who's playing well?
Have you ever open shoved aces preflop? Regardless of your stack, maybe if you're short stack.
Yeah, I mean
that
if
would be
I'm
the only
stacked,
right.
Yeah, I mean if it would make sense for me to shove preflop with just about anything, then I would do that with aces. But otherwise, yeah, generally wouldn't be interested.
I hear a lot. The reason why is I heard a lot of talk. Listen on the cash game. You hear, people that from all levels, I guess you could say, and all walks of life that are playing. And just heard a couple people talking about aces and like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. So I was just curious, like, you guys ever open raise all in with aces? Have you guys ever done that? Whether you did it like when you first started playing poker, you guys ever remember doing that?
Nutlow is wondering what stakes do I play, or if I play tournaments. I am an occasional tournament player. I don't play tournaments very often, just because I like the immediate dopamine hit of playing cash games. The stakes that I play, 1-3, 2-5 are my usual stakes. Occasionally, I'll step up and play a 5-10 game. If I'm feeling like I'm playing well lately and I've got that confidence build up, I'll play in those higher stakes. And of course, if I can find such a game. But normally 1-3 and 2-5 are where I'm most comfortable. Here at Stones, I usually play the 1-3 because the 1-3, since it's a stack match game, it can play quite a bit larger than a regular 1-3, so that's a little closer to 2-5, and 2-5 is kind of my ideal stake. So when I'm in Vegas, I'm always playing 2-5 and occasionally in a 5-10 game. How about you?
I will play whatever is around.
Yeah.
I love playing a good 1-3, 2-5 game around there. I played the other day. Where was I? I was in Tahoe, and there was a game there. Man, what was the name of the club? There's a little card room, a small card room. Had one table. They were playing 2-3 no limit hold'em, and I did well, but it was fun. It was a good game. I haven't played 2-3 before, and then they just invited me back to go play a 2-3-5 game. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah, so those games I actually like. Yeah, I like the stakes. I like how much people are playing with. I think those are really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that if you're at a small card room with a single table like that, there's probably more of a chance that you're not going to get any crushers at that game.
Oh yeah, I know, and that's why I loved it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just coming passing through.
You'll
So yeah, I had fun. I had a good time. I ran good and played good.
Nice.
It's a lot of those guys. They chatted up about local stuff, things. So it's always a good time, like just in conversation. So
Yeah.
I love passing through. Oh, there's a card room. I love just going to see who's in there and
Yeah.
just stopping by. Yeah.
That's
my favorite.
That's how
That's
I
my
found
favorite.
Stones.
Yeah, really?
It
Oh,
literally
yes.
is. Yeah, because I'm
He came here
driving-
to see if he could take some money off of us. That's what happened.
I'm
he got a job.
like driving between Reno and Concord, because I'm like going up to Reno for whatever reason. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
That looks interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stop by. So
Not a small card room though.
Yeah.
Right? Whoa, what is this?
got the
Okay.
big neon sign
Yeah,
for
what is
sure.
this? Hollywood? This place actually looks really great. If you come in through the front door, which I think everyone pretty much goes through, until you start getting to know the place, there's a side door for poker. But the front door, when you come in, it's there's table games such as your blackjack and your pajama and all that stuff. And then on the right-hand side, there's a nice glass wall, but there's doors in it, so it's beautiful. You can see inside the poker room. You go in there, and the atmosphere is really nice and inviting. So you guys check it out. Go to the website. Take a look at some of the pictures. What you see there is actual. It looks really nice.
Un had an interesting hand here. He had 5-4 there with the double gut shot. So ace deuce 7-8, either a 6 or a 3 would wind up giving Un the straight, and he goes ahead and bets and take it down. So he bet his equity, and it winds up holding up. Nutlow is wants to get in this game. He's wondering how much time he has to do it. Right now, Nutlow, I think you've got
some time.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you've got around an hour and 20 minutes. I think they stop after 5 levels. And what we are watching right now on the stream is the second level, and there's about a half-hour delay. So they should have be around 20 minutes or so left in the third level. So I believe you've got about an hour and 20 minutes.
Now, if you were asking for like the technical answer to how much time you actually have to come here, that's a great answer. If you're asking about like this actual play, the players here, they're really conservative at this moment, so I don't see anyone getting out of line too much to where anyone's really going to get knocked out anytime soon. So, and then we may get more players. So there's a lot of value in you planning, getting ready, and getting your butt over here and playing.
You know, here's an interesting question. So let's say Nutlow gets in his car and he drives, and let's say it's a 45-minute drive,
45?
just for sake of argument.
Okay.
And somebody busts all the other players.
Oh my gosh.
so I mean, is like registration still open at that point? Can somebody come in and Josh or somebody's just sitting there with 500K in chips, and Nutlow comes in and says, "Oh, I'm ready to buy in. Oh, I'm at a 5-to-1 chip disadvantage," and then it heads up. Maybe I won't buy in just yet. West Roseville, oh, you can make that.
As long as there's 2 players on the table, I don't see how they can stop you from buying in.
Yeah.
As long
but
as it's before
I'm wondering
registration.
if there's just one player on the table, do they say, "All right, that's
There's
it.
the
You
winner."
knocked everybody out."
I think that
registration
might
is
be
closed.
it. Justin has an answer for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Justin on that.
JFK.
Yeah. But I wonder
Good
if they've ever run
point.
into that situation.
I think. Well, I think that's just a really rare situation.
Oh, yeah.
But is very possible. And as we all know in poker, things that we think are impossible happen. Coolers happen. That was a Coolers reference. All right. Well, I like it. West Roseville, 20 minutes down from Foothills for me. You got it. I mean, that's plenty of time. You'll get here within an hour. Go get some gas. You know, there's stuff here, Red Bull if you want it, some food here, so you don't really need to do that if you don't want to. You can eat at the table. I used to not like to eat at the table playing on in poker rooms, because I know a lot of poker rooms now accommodate eating food and even actually providing food for you at the table. So I know some people have feelings about that are kind of like, nah, I don't like to do that. But it's so convenient now that I see a lot of people that you used to not like it now are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you guys enjoy that? Like, just poker's changing, like in some other ways outside of the game, you know, it's becoming starting to become like a casual atmosphere, you know, inviting.
Well, I mean, that's
not
good.
so private, right? Not a private club as it kind of felt before.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can. There's definitely good and bad ways to have new players come in the game, and if you know the table or card room that you're at is like not at all chatty or anything like that, you know, it's not going to invite people into the game. Looks like Randy is putting it all in. Jason only has 4 deuce, so he's going to fold, and Randy picks up some valuable chips there.
Well, you know, Randy's at the bottom of the chip stack, but the thing is, if he plays aggressive, he has a really good chance, because I think it's because it's shorthanded.
Yeah.
To get a lot of action, actually, just build up his chips again. He's not at the end.
Yeah,
you know,
and
if he was below 10,000, you know, that'd be something else. But he's pretty deep still.
Yeah, I mean, the blinds are only 600 and 1,200 with a 1,200 big blind ante.
And I do see that from
play.
players that like shove when just an abnormal amount compared to the blinds structure, and you know, so a lot of times, you know, it's just not necessary to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
you can get your point across with smaller bet sizing.
He's definitely got to pick up some chips.
Yeah.
And you know, it's
that
just
is one
going
way
to be a
to do
question
it.
of finding the timing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's going to go ahead and call out of the small blind.
Man.
And
These guys aren't getting very many hands.
I think that Jason, I'm going to make a prediction. Jason is going to win this hand. Although Randy now just picked up some equity and bets at it. Jason has to raise here, right?
I'd like to see a raise.
Yeah, there it is. Looks like about 8, 9, 7,000.
Huh.
Matthew Rosenthal's wondering, 10 deuce should never check on that. I don't know. I mean, short-handed. I don't hate checking there. I mean, it turned out well this time. It induced a bet when Randy hit a pair, and so Jason picked up an extra 4K from that. Bamfoo's going to go and watch a fight of some
Poop
kind.
on the chips.
So, all right, Bamfoo, good to have you. Good
We
to
don't
have
have
you in the
poop on
chat.
our chips, okay, guys? We do not have that. All right. If it's there, we don't know about it. Gross, man. We're trying to further poker that hinders poker. No poop.
Yeah, I think you're not going to convince many people to come to your card room. I mean,
It's amazing. The place is great.
Our
The people
chips
are great.
now
The
have no
food's
poop on
good.
them.
But the chips might have a little.
just
Come on.
a little bit of.
Right. Just a little, though, okay? How much? Okay, you win. I fold, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to, I don't want to win this, you know? I'm just going to hope that I'm right.
Yeah, if we're wrong, why would we want to know about that?
Right.
Anything against the Stones live hand? Yeah. No, Bamfoo, you got to win a marbles race on Twitch for that. Sorry.
I see you, Bamboo. Take care, bud. Have fun. See you next time, man. And guys, don't forget we do have a unique game that we play at the end of our stream. We're doing that, right? I mean, I don't think we don't not do that.
No,
Or
yeah,
don't
we're
do
still
that,
doing it.
yeah.
We might even do marbles during like a
a break?
chip color up break.
Okay.
Tournament
Marbles
break.
on stream. If you guys aren't familiar with it, you get to play marbles on stream, where you get guys turn into marbles and compete in a race. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
Matthew Rosenthal, blinds are currently 600 and 1,200 with the 1,200 big blind ante. At the start of each hand, it's pretty small, so you may wind up missing it. But at the start of each hand, near the top of the screen, there's a little graphic that shows the what the blinds currently are. So keep an eye out for that next time. But yeah, it's small and it goes away quickly, so you absolutely may miss it. Dave's got the best hand, but Josh has a very good draw. And there's the spade for Josh. Dave is probably going to get out of this without losing any more money unless he decides to
Man.
bet.
I can't believe Josh didn't take a stab at that.
And Dave is going to get the news on this one as Josh raises to 50, 25, and Dave says, "Yeah, I know I'm beat. I was going to represent the flush, but obviously I can't do that if you already have it."
What was the bet on the flop right there? Check. Was it a check? Bet 3K, call 3. Gosh. Oh, he did bet 3K on the flop, but man,
Well,
I
yeah,
would have liked to see a bet on the turn there.
from Dave or from Josh?
From Josh.
Josh is in position. It's a chance to get a free card there.
Yeah.
I think either a bet or a check is.
I can
is
see both.
perfectly fine.
I just wanted to see it, though.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I think that was good. I just wanted to see it.
we're in this to see some blood.
I'm trying to push it, man. I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't do it though. Just saying. I'm an action junkie when it comes to the table. I like it.
Matthew Rosenthal, very excited for Assassinato to come to town. Yeah, we got everybody coming in.
Yeah, it's gonna be so
this
fun.
week. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Dave hits his top pair. Josh has nothing. I would guess Dave will wind. It'll be check, bet, fold, or if Josh goes ahead and bets, Dave will call and we'll see. And Dave is going to go ahead and raise. This should convince Josh that he does not need to see any more cards. Yeah, Assassinato, Alexander Fitzgerald is coming in, along with David Tuckman, Trooper Tim Watts, and Drawn Dead, Jamin Burton. We've got a lot of fun guests coming in and get a chance to play with them and hear them commentate. I don't know whether there's any seats open for any of those games, but if you text JFK, he will let you know if he can get you on the list.
Yep, exciting. Like it. That's what we like to do here.
Matthew's wondering why Dave raised with the top pair there. There's still 2 overcards, so if Josh has ace king, then Dave doesn't mind just go ahead and taking it down there. And if Josh has something like jacks, then that's something where Dave can raise and get some value from it potentially. So
these guys here both pick up a club draw, and Un has a 6 to go with it. But Jason has a gut shot also. So these guys are looking for more cards.
And there's not that many clubs above Jason's 9, ace, jack, and 10. So
they both are holding really strong hands right now, actually.
Jason went ahead and got rid of it there.
Wow.
That's a good fold.
Wow, that is a good fold. Discipline fold.
Yep.
For sure.
Why get yourself in trouble?
Yeah.
That's the thing with tournaments. Your chips are so much more valuable than they are in a cash game because you can't, well, at least except in a rebuy tournament, you can't rebuy.
Right. We get it. Kieran, we get it.
Destroyka 10-9 off is strong on that board. Yeah, it's got a gut shot draw. It's got the 4th best club flush draw. It's worth taking a shot at. But I think he got raised on it, if I'm remembering the action correctly, and so he kind of had to fold after that.
Jason gets ace 9 with a ace of clubs, raises to 3K. Randy has king queen, so let's see, we're sitting at about 30K effect, 28.9K for Randy, and Randy may shove here.
Yep, that's exactly what he does. Jason's got, that's about half Jason's stack. That's ace 9 is really marginal here. He's got the best hand, but what do you want to call? I mean, ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, ace king, all of them dominated. It would be a little bit of a risky call. I mean, he may do it.
I could see him calling because it's shorthanded, but I could see him folding because I think that might actually be the better play. I mean, there's just a lot of risk for not really that great of a hand. He is in good position, but he's all in. Maybe if he wasn't all in, had more equity to call and see the flop. But I see a fold being a good one here.
Yeah, I think if it was me, I would be folding. I don't know how much gamble Jason's got in him. Hey, we got an answer from JFK. If somebody busts all the players before Nutlow gets here, tournament is over.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
So we agree with you, Justin.
And we've got a call.
He's
and
like, it doesn't matter if you agree. That's what it is, buddy.
Is not going to be thrilled that Jason made that call. Randy is at risk.
Ooh.
No help so far. No clubs.
Blank board. Jason likes it. Does Jason like the turn? He likes the turn.
And Randy's got to hit a king or a queen.
And Randy's thinking one time.
First out.
Yeah, one time.
This would be a good time to use your one time, Randy.
This is a one time right here, and that's not it.
Yeah. I think Randy was hoping to save his one time for when it got down to like.
That would have been a really good one
up.
time. Yeah. Randy, nice work. See you next time. Jason,
So-
way to pick that up.
Randy can now go ahead and bank his one time for the next tournament. So next tournament he'll have 2 one times.
Right. You should have just said it, man. If you would have said one time, you'd have won. That's how it works. What, Brian Hales? Hey, welcome back, buddy. You were saying earlier that you're going to be at some event. Let me see. I wanted to respond to that.
There was the Montreal event.
For Wabrai specifically.
Wabrai.
Yeah, he said he was playing on Monday
Oh, well, I think that's on
Right.
the stream.
on the stream. Okay. Didn't he say he was going somewhere else? Hold on. I
mean-
mean, the Stones main event next weekend. That's what you were
Yeah.
saying. Okay. That sounds cool, man. What's the buy-in for that? 15? Does that look
the
too
mini main
high,
event?
right?
No, I think
The
it's
main event. What's the main? Oh, the main event.
I think it's
Oh, maybe.
400 because with the Pressure Luck satellites, it's $50, and I think I think it's if you get 8 times your buy-in, you get 10,000 chips, right? 10,000 chips, and if
That's
you
pretty
get
good.
80,000, you can cash for a tournament ticket. PDX.
I really got to look into that.
PDX beginning his trolling. He's starting out by trolling Nutlow. If the JFK's answer is it ends only before Nutlow gets there, but any other player can buy in. So good to have you in the chat, PDX Bunny.
Hey, PDX Bunny. Yes. Destroyka. How's it going? Didn't say hi to you yet. Gator. How many players bought in there? 4. You didn't answer that yet, huh? 4 came
Yeah.
in, and now we're 6, right?
5.
5.
Yeah.
We lost one.
Although no, we're down to 4 because only one more bought in so far.
Okay.
Josh is betting his ace high. Jason's never calling here with just a queen. So the question is Jason going to fold or raise?
Jason folding here says maybe you can have a jack.
Yeah.
I mean, that board is just fishy, and it's, it's like, just get out of it. If you really don't know why, I don't know.
Why
Maybe
put
not
you-
a good,
Why
maybe
put
not good
yourself in a
advice.
bad situation.
Right, like if you're really not that invested, then let it go.
Matthew Rosenthal on YouTube's wondering if Josh should check there to let Jason bluff. I guess, but I don't know if you want to call something like that because it's any pair like 5s or something is still going to beat your pocket ace or your ace king. So if it's a pretty big bet, if Jason puts in a pretty big bet on the river, is Josh going to have to fold it? So maybe a blocker bet. Yeah, I think that's more likely situation where he's okay. I want to set the price on this. So if I lose, I don't wind up losing too much.
Why are we getting these? If you guys are new to the Stones live poker stream on Twitch and on YouTube, we want to say thank you. Welcome. My name is JDR, and I'm here with my good buddy Keiran, and we're glad to see you. I hope you guys can join us on the Marbles stream later. Is that what it's called? Marble stream, right? That's what it's
Just
Marbles.
Marbles.
Okay.
Just call them marbles.
Yeah. And we'll probably be, I would say we'd probably have a good 2 hours, maybe. I would say anything can happen. That's the thing. This
Anything
could
can
end in
happen
like
and usually
30
does,
minutes.
yeah.
That's a good, realistic, probably quickest one, 30 minutes. Because once it goes down to heads up, I mean, that's like what? Actually, we've seen some really long heads up matches.
I mean, I think if Nutlow is on his way and it's going to take him 30 minutes to get here,
yeah.
it's going to end in 29 minutes.
Ooh, yeah, that's not cool. All right. That means, you know what I would do? You know what? This is what I will do for you. Maybe. Is I will jump in there if there's 2 left and I can still register. I'll jump in there if you don't make it. If you say you're going to make it and I see that you're going to buy in. All right. All those things have to come into play. Because I actually wanted to play in this. I actually did want to play in this one. I I wasn't thinking it was short-handed, and so that would have been an opportunity. But we're commentating, right?
Yep.
So I needed to be here anyway.
Pretty interesting flop here. Both Un and Jason have flopped middle pair. Dave C does have an open-end straight draw, and everybody is still part of this. Nobody's going to like the ace, so I wouldn't be surprised if it just goes ahead and checks around. Matthew Rosenthal wondering what the term M means in poker. Yeah, so a lot of people kind of instinctively understand the number of big blinds that you have. Okay, so if you've got say 100,000 in front of you, and the big blind is 1,000, then you've got 100 big blinds in front of you, right? Pretty straightforward. Dave Binks is straight. He's definitely going to get some out of this, I would think. He's last act, so any money that Un or Jason puts in is torched off, and Dave is going to wind up raising because he does have the nuts. Random Rich Life, yes, absolutely. Tourist Guide Shift was very fun. One person was bitten by a snake in the butt, and nobody was available to suck the poison out, so they died. Yeah, what are you going to do? Anyway, Matthew Rosenthal, as I was saying, so 100,000, 100 big blinds, that's kind of easy to figure out. What M is, and this was popularized by, I believe, Dan Harrington. It's the amount of chips that you have to spend to go one orbit. So that means small blind plus big blind plus antes. So in this particular situation, because the blinds are 600, 1,200 with a 1,200 big blind ante, the total amount that you have to put in every orbit is 3,000 in chips, 1,200 plus 1,200 plus 600. So if you have 100,000 in chips, your let's say 90,000 in chips. That'll be a little easier to calculate. So if you have 90,000 in chips, then your M with an orbit cost of 3,000, your M would be 30. Let me do some quick math here. If the big blind is 1,200. Then it's 6,000 for 5, so 50. So that'd be 75 big blinds if you have 90,000 in chips. Ghost of M, yeah, you crazy. So if you've got 90,000 in chips and the blinds are 600, 1,200 with 1,200 big blind ante, you've got 75 big blinds and your M is 30. And so that's another way of figuring out when you're in shove mode, or whether you can do raises, or how effective it is to call. Very welcome, Matthew. We are here to educate as well as entertain. Thanks, Ghost of M. Yeah, it's kind of a weird concept. Kind of how many big blinds you have is really easy for people to figure out, but M, you have to do math. And so you'd think that poker players would be generally comfortable with having to do some math to figure out some of that information, but it can be intimidating or confusing, and not everybody is going to be comfortable trying to figure out what their M might be. Screwhead, thank you.
Was that the end of the M
Yeah,
answer? Wow, I left with the M question, and then
I got interrupted by Dave hitting a straight, so I had to kind of go back to the old poker game for a minute. Screwhead says this is way better than Live at the Bank. Thanks, Screwhead. We endeavor to be as entertaining as possible, and we're glad that you're enjoying it.
Man, that is just taking all of it from us. Every last drop. We do everything we possibly can to make you guys happy.
Yep. Josh hits trips, but I'm not even sure who else was in that pot, but they didn't have nothing, so they got the heck out of there.
Ghost of M, what's up? I actually didn't know what you were talking about when you said M. So I was like, am I missing something cool? And then now it makes sense. Ghost of M. So what is it? No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad to see you here.
And it looks like the blinds are going up, or as Vince Van Patten and Mike Sexton would say, price of poker just went up.
I like that. Matthew, see you, buddy. Glad you were here. Random Rich, I'm glad you agree. What's going on? I hope you guys are having a good time tonight. If you guys like to play No Limit Hold'em, I'm not going to say, hey, if you guys play 4-8 Omaha 8 or better, come here, it's the best. I'm not going to say that because I'm not that player. But if you love like 1-3 stakes at like high stakes, like 2-5 higher stake around there, where you're buying in between, you know, when everyone's pretty deep, like 200 big blinds deep, this is the place to be. 1-3, 2-5, and the one if you want to come here and play some No Limit and maybe not have such a intimidating chip stack and it's capped off, we have a 1-2 game that's a lot of fun. 1-2 blinds and the max buy-in is $200, and there's no table match like the other games. So that's a really fun, friendly game. I've played in it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the 1-2 game here is definitely a great one for somebody who's maybe not comfortable going with big stacks. Yeah. You know, I
people buying for 60, 80, $100, $200 is the max. So it gets friendly.
Bronx Bomber is first time here like this and subbing on YouTube. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. You know, the streams wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for all the folks watching it like yourself. So appreciate it. Looks like this is a good time to be watching because Josh just picks up pocket aces. He's going to go ahead and raise. And Josh has a pretty dominant chip stack here. He's got almost 180K. And he's going to get a call from Jason out of the big blind with his queen 4 suited. Jason's got kids in that pot, and he's got to protect them. And Jason has missed just barely. Very nearly flopped a full house, just one away from both of his cards. And Josh is probably going to bet here, and Jason will fold, and that will end the hand. Josh almost flipped over his aces to show everybody. I don't think he actually did, though.
All right. Let's see what's going on.
Frankie B, did Stones respond to the accusations? I know that I haven't seen specifics. I know that JFK Poker did respond on Twitter. I don't know if there's anything else. Basically, this is the first that I'm hearing about any issues of cheating on the stream. My understanding is that we did an investigation and we found that everything was kosher. Certainly, that would be something that we would want to know. And if there are any accusations, we do take it seriously because the integrity of the game is absolutely critical. So we cannot, we can't just blow them off. That has to be taken very seriously, and we do a full investigation. Because, if there was cheating, that would be really, really bad.
That'd be really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing it too. But the thing is, I've come here a lot, and I've never, I don't believe it. There's nothing that would make, to me, if I were to respond, no way. Whatever. I mean, I play here a lot, and everything has been so clean, nothing. So I think it's just all stuff we can just move past.
It's something that, there's always some potential risk for something like that to happen.
Sure. You can say that about any place, right?
Exactly.
And then
So, we just want to try to keep that kind of risk to the barest minimum possible. Steph for Life, you were wondering what the payouts were. The payouts rated there, that is if we are 9-handed. However, we don't have 9 people yet in this, so I'll just give you an update on what the payouts will be depending on how many people show up. If it winds up being 7 or 8-handed, only top 2 will be paid. And if it's 6-handed or less by the time registration closes, then it's going to be winner take all. So, if we wind up getting, there's 5 people that have bought in as of right now in the stream. If that's all there is, then the winner winds up getting $2,500. Second, third, fourth, and fifth get Zippo. Zippity-doo-dah.
Zippity day.
Steph,
Let's
can
keep
someone
going.
just show up and play? Absolutely. Yeah,
Keep going,
registration.
guys.
Registration
Let's
is
go.
good through, I think, the first 5 levels. We are currently in the 3rd level on the stream, which means that we are currently in the 4th level in live, which means that, if you want to get in here and play, you've got about 45 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, so just come on in, show up and play. Do we run 2 if there's enough people? No. We only run a single one, partly because, there's usually not that much demand to run 2, but also we only have 1 streaming table.
Right.
So, it's like, well, are we going to do 1 on the stream and 1 not on the stream? It's probably not that much interest in it. I think a lot of people that wind up playing in this satellite are partly doing it because it's on the stream. Not all the time, but there's got to be some of that.
Mm-hmm. So hey, Bronx Bomber, I know that Kieran said responded to you, but I also want to say as a first timer, I appreciate you coming here. The things that we enjoy about our stream here is that we get to really just meet a bunch of people that like poker just like we do, and we just kind of have fun. So if you guys are kind of interested, interested in like what Stones Live is about, we're here to talk poker. And we're here to talk poker with you guys. So it's not like just what's going on in the stream, but you guys are a big factor in why we go live. So we appreciate you guys. So even the guys that aren't even chatting and watching, we love you guys. And the ones that are chatting, we always love seeing you guys every 3 days a week. And we're going to actually have more days coming up here because we got some special guests coming. So
yeah,
come check us out.
Steph is wondering if you can rebuy if you bust before the registration ends. So if it's shorthanded like it is today and you bust out, can you buy back in? No, it's there's no rebuys at all in this. Ooh, this is a nasty
This is gonna be a
flop
nasty
for
one.
him.
Yeah. Luckily, there's a 3 spades on the board, which kind of could slow it down, potentially preventing it from being an all-in situation.
Yeah.
So people are weary. Especially if a spade comes out on the board, it'll halt everything.
Yeah, Josh is betting for value here. He's hoping that Un has either a pair or a spade draw, and he doesn't want to let him get it for free. And I would guess probably check here. I mean, it's pretty risky board for both players. They both just have 1 pair, so I don't Josh might bet for value. Maybe he thinks that Un's got a hand like he has. That'd be a really nice bet if Josh can find a value bet here. He goes ahead and checks. It's up to Josh. He is going to put in a value bet for $14K, and Un quickly calls. He's going to get the bad news. And that's a nice little chip up for Josh there. That's going to put him at around 224,000 in chips. Very much the chip leader at this point.
Looks, yep, no problem. Looks like Randy got busted out probably while I was gone, actually. So anyway, Cyril Shan. If I wasn't at TwitchCon, I'd be punishing these nerds. Why are you at TwitchCon? I love TwitchCon. I love it because a lot of things that I'm interested in surrounds Twitch. I'm a streamer myself. To be honest, I haven't streamed in a long time, but I used to stream. I used to stream poker on Twitch. Very short-lived because it just no one was doing it online. I wasn't kind of new to it, and then I started streaming like online competitive like gaming. Some of those shooters. Apex and Fortnite, all that stuff, and just a lot of fun. But I am thinking about going back into streaming on Twitch again, probably because of this commentating that I'm doing here. It's getting me all encouraged and revved up to get back on that. But we'll see. I love being on this. I don't have to set up anything. I just come here and say hi to you guys. So, wow, Kings are back. Dave C. wakes up with Pocket Kings, rightfully raising to 5K more. I believe the blinds are still... What are the blinds, actually? We did mention it. My bad. Raised to 5K call, and then the flop. He does hit that king. And Josh is really not going to be there for really anything because that board's just really bad. So Dave's not going to get paid. But nice hand. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's hard to get paid when you're the only one who flopped anything.
Yeah. He's at TwitchCon punishing those nerds. That's funny. I like it. Kazards, what's going on, buddy? Great comment. Oh, good. I'm glad you're making money, buddy. Sean, you try to play Fortnite. It's pretty rough. Fortnite's a lot of fun. I haven't played it in like 2 months, but I was pretty competitive on it. I was up there. I was getting a good following on there. This is one of my emotes. If you guys want to check it out, I don't really stream too much anymore. But if you guys want to check out some content, there's my stuff there. Kingsful24. Gonna be a fun upcoming dude. Running up Reno. If you guys are there, I'm gonna be there. So come say hi if you like. Yeah, it'll be fun. Overwatch. All right. Okay, buddy. It's not that serious.
Well, this is an interesting hand. Jason had 3-bet with King Queen. He's got Un dominated, but Un went ahead and called with his King 5. Jason is betting with nothing here. Correctly. I mean, if you're going to be 3-betting pre-flop, you pretty much got to go ahead and bet on this flop. And good news for him is that Un didn't catch any of it and has to fold. So good play by Jason that puts him almost back up to his starting stack of 100,000.
So how are your sessions? Like what's your session? What's a good session for you? You see what type of table are you looking for? Are you even looking for that? Are you just pretty much wanting to sit down at any table? Like, what do you buy in for? Tell us a little bit about your cash play, Keiran.
I usually buy in for about 100. Well, if it's a 1-3 game, buy in for 100 big blinds, so 300. If it's a 2-5 or 3-5 game, if I have the option for buying in for 300, I like to do that. If I don't, then I'll buy in for 500. I want to have the ability to rebuy, and since I don't have a satchel full of cash like a lot of the 2-5 players here,
do you have a satchel though?
That's
the better question.
I have a duffel bag.
Okay.
I only use that to transport body parts though.
Oh, so. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't clip that. Okay, go ahead.
And so, I'm usually willing to bring 3 buy-ins to the card room, whatever that happens to be. Sometimes, if I buy in for 300 to start and I bust that, I may buy in for more on the next subsequent buy-in. But,
Right.
I like to start low and try to work my way up.
That's good.
No particular table selection, though. I mean, usually I'll have a game that I want to play in, and I'm not too worried about, finding the best table to play at. Every game is a learning opportunity. So if I'm sitting at a table with a lot of really good players, that's not a bad thing, because even though I may be less favored to win, I'm more likely to be able to learn something that I can use in the future. So I'm not too fussy about which table I sit at.
I gotcha. I really like that answer.
How about
very
yourself?
I'm going to respond to that last part when you say that it doesn't really depend on if there's great players. You'll see that as a learning opportunity. So just because I see a difference on that part for me is that if I see some really good players, and because of the way I play, I do not want to be on the table, because I can get away with stuff for a longer period of time, because I like to get away with stuff. To be straightforward, if I see an opportunity, it's so funny because I like to have fun on the table too. Like I'll give you guys an example. I had a hand that was it was light. It was limped in, and it was like 6 people. Someone raised something really light, like a min raise. So everyone was in there. No one was betting. It came to me as I was on the button, and I said, "Guys, you guys get a bet, or I'm gonna have to bet if you guys do this again on turn." It's funny thing I was saying, because I had 9-5 offsuit, and I was just like, I have nothing, and it doesn't even matter, right? I just called because I was the 6th person to call, so I called. Anyway, long story short, it comes to me on the turn, and I say, guys, I'm betting just because you guys aren't betting, and I bet everyone folds, and they're like, can you show your hand? And show 9-5, and they just all had a blast,
Yeah. Yep.
It was good for me, but come on, man. It's fun to play the game. This is that when you're comfortable in a game. This is when you know you're in the right game. Is when you're comfortable enough to lose some money and not be discouraged too much.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're in the right table.
Not have it hurt.
Right. Exactly. That's what I meant. Oh, long story short, that last part right there. No. So yeah, for me, I actually like to see who's on the table. Basically what I was saying, and then a lot of times I'll play anyway, regardless if there's no other choice. But if I have several choices, I like to see if there's anyone that I know that I like to maybe not want to play with. Maybe they're a friend that I might change my game if I'm there to have a serious session or something like that.
Right.
Or I might pick up. If I do see a friend, maybe I want to play more casually and not be so serious. So yes, those things do play a part.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. But
yeah, I mean that's a really good point. Especially for some place like Stones, where they often have multiple like 1-3 games going. 3 and 4 tables. You may get seated at a table, and it's just filled with crushers because there's no 2-5 game going. So, that's maybe a good time to say, hey, when there's a chance, can I get a table change?
Yes.
To maybe a table with some donkeys in it instead of these guys?
Yeah.
So, and
one time I had the chip runner at an undisclosed location club. I had the chip runner. I got in the hand first. I think I had 2 hands, 2 straight in a row, all in, because I had really great hands, and and then I get a call from my wife saying that I needed to get home for something, and
booty
so
call.
I said, no, well, hey, I wasn't getting that. I'm just saying it was something. Anyway, I sent the chip runner. I said, hey, sorry, I normally don't do this. Can you go get my chips? Because I didn't want to go there and be like hit and run, but I was like, can you go do it? And then slipped him a nice little tip and headed out of there. I do, because that affects me, man. I don't want to do that to people, but sometimes you don't want to have to explain yourself, because you got to go. So anyway.
Yeah, and honestly, any explanation is going to sound like bullshit.
Right, exactly. I knew that too. I was like, why am I going to have to explain myself? They're not even going to believe me anyway. So just, can you do it for me? What a chicken, this guy.
That's all right. We've got a new sponsor for the stream tonight. Trolley Sour Candy Corn.
Oh. Oh, man, I actually really like those things. The ones that are like sour and sweet. Pretty good.
So try one of those guys.
Sure. Have not tried the candy corn.
Yes.
So it's candy corn wrapped in all that goodness.
Exactly.
I think I can only get one of these to without like killing myself. Oh, yeah, it's exactly what I thought.
It's exactly what you think. Wait, sour bright candy corn. That's crazy talk. They can't do such a thing.
It is delicious,
and
though.
Yet they can.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Karen, I'm really surprised you're eating that. Just want to say that. Put it out there. I don't recommend you doing too much.
Yeah,
I like you, buddy.
Occasionally, I have a junk food need. So.
Okay, I gotcha. Sour candy corn marbles giveaway item. Not a good idea. It doesn't travel well.
Yeah, I'd have to run across the street to the dollar store to get some more. So, yeah, I mean, you don't want this because this is like 3/4 eaten already. So,
Ghost of M says, when I gotta go, I gotta go. No explanation needed. No, you're right. That's exactly how it should be.
yep.
How it should be. You know, but there's always gonna be the salty guy or two that you just took all their money because you got lucky or whatever. Even if you didn't get lucky, they want you to stay. So yeah, which is kind of a funny concept. It's like, why am I wanting to stay here to give it back to you, right? That's kind of if you're not a poker player, that is a weird concept to grasp in the beginning. It's like, why am I obligated, or why should I accommodate for you guys? This is my money. I want it fair and square. So you can do that. You can leave if you want to. That is your right. But it doesn't mean people aren't going to like it,
Yeah.
you know? So
And,
just keep that in mind. Like, they just lost to you. Don't get too defensive if they're asking, you know. Keep in mind, you know.
This situation kind of happened earlier today with me because I was playing in the 1-3 game, and the big blind was on my right, so it was my last hand. I got 5-6 suited, and all right, I'll play that. And
I love how it's starting.
I wind up flopping 2 pair. It comes 10-5-6.
The guy's kings.
And I wind up getting it all in against somebody who had 4-3. I mean, it wasn't like too much.
Okay. So they had a rotten hand too. Okay, I gotcha.
And the big blind actually had that.
Okay.
And so, and like before the hand, I'm already racking up my chips. So I got one rack already filled, and I'm working on the second rack. And so I wind up winning the hand. And then, next would be the big blind. It's like, I got to go. That's why I was racking my chips up. I got to go get ready for the stream. And so it's like,
right.
I literally said, I hate to hit and run.
Right.
But I gotta go.
Right.
And, fortunately I had the fact that I was already racking up my chips before the hand started.
Right.
To
It's kind of funny and silly that you have to have an answer for anyone about leaving with the money you just earned. But you'll get used to it, and it actually isn't that big of a deal if you're not doing it on purpose, I guess. But if you do it often, I think you may not make too many friends.
Yeah, if you're doing it often in the same same place, people will start to notice.
Right. And, well, anyway.
Whitespace has an interesting question. What's the name of the interface on the left of the stream, the one that shows what player did on each leg? It's on another stream, too. I do not know. I will see if I can ask our technical team what the action track, what's the name of that action tracker?
Yeah. Getting that right now. Incoming, processing, loading. We'll get that to you guys in a few. Hey, Kings. You're going to pull out your Atari 2600 and play some Pitfall? Pitfall went back to Atari days? I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's where it started?
Yeah.
Atari? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know it. I thought it started, 8-bit. Nintendo. I think Atari is 8-bit still. No,
Yeah,
is it,
well,
is it
yeah.
lower? We
actually,
don't
is
know.
8-bit?
Do we? Does anyone
Atari
know?
might
Was
be
Atari
4-bit?
4-bit? I
Yeah,
mean,
it
that's
might
the
have
great guess. That's the best guess. To have it, because that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, it
You
might
go
have only been
16,
16 colors.
32. That's actually how they've been going. Is they've been doubling it. 64, Nintendo 64, 126 is the PlayStation 1. I know this because I was a kind of a gaming nerd also, and so anyway.
Dave shoves with 7s, and Jason goes ahead and folds his ace-10. Dave needed to get some chips there to get a little more healthy, and that was a good play for him.
Oh yeah, that is pretty cool. Where it shows you what happened on each street from each player. I really like that too. Yeah, that's a good question. Why do you need to know this, White Space?
Hey, he's going to start his own stream.
And if you do, we encourage it.
Yeah.
Because we love furthering poker, right?
Yep. I'll come and play on the stream if it's, reasonably
That's
local
a fist
to me.
pump, by the way. Just in case you're like, what the? Watch out, Garrett. There's a guy. He's about to hit.
He's attacking me. I need an adult.
One of the best games.
Sammy's wood-fired pizza.
You were just curious. You're not trying to start your own. I gotcha. So, if someone were to start their own stream, I would say make sure it looks good. Because that's what it's all about, right? Like, it's got to look like the layout. See how ours is, like, really clean to where, like, you can understand what you can see. There's a little advertisement there of upcoming stuff. Things to consider, So, I'd like to check. If you guys have your own poker stream, let us know about it. I'd like to check you guys out, Show some support.
Jason picks up a 6 on the river. Jason had gone ahead and raised Un's turn bet. I think Jason was really probably trying to bluff there, but it turned into a great situation as he hits his set. I don't think Un is very likely to call here as he picks up a bunch of 5,000K chips.
It can look like crap if you have only hotties playing. What are you even talking about? Are we talking about the same thing?
I think the key to have a good-looking stream is good-looking commentators.
Yes. That was a minimum requirement, actually.
Yes.
It actually was. Anyway. Don't want to brag, right?
No. Yeah, a little maybe.
And at poker, we're just okay.
Wisco Baron, hey Stones, hey Wisco, good to have you in the chat. Brain Fodder, good to see you. Howdy, gents. How's the poker tonight?
Hey, what's
Pretty
up,
good.
dudes?
We got the sit and go going on, and it's a little bit short-handed, but there is still time to buy in if you are in the area.
Brain Fodder, 256 color palette for 8-bit. I don't know. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it?
Yeah.
256?
Yeah.
And it just doubles for. Is that the count for 8-bit? I mean, is that what it is?
It's 8 times 8. Because it's
what?
Like
what?
each it's 8 squared because
8 squared.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna believe you.
I'm pretty sure that's
8
right.
times 8. I'm not gonna do it, guys. I'm not gonna do it. I believe it. It sounds right. It sounds good.
Un's got second pair. Best hand right now. Jason does have the open ender though, so he's got a lot of equity. And Un puts in a raise to 14K. Good play by Un. He's got the best of it right now. I can't imagine Jason is going to fold here. Question is Jason going to re-raise? He is.
B-Smoke. You're trying to get the payout, buddy? Here, let me put it in the chat here.
Jason is representing the ace. He is trying to bully Un off of this hand. I think it's going to work. PDX is asking, so are you saying the quality of the Stone stream has dropped since Casey went to the Thirst Lounge?
Wow.
I'm saying it dropped as soon as I got on the stream. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man. Okay.
I mean, it's still great. Yeah, but...
Wow, PDX.
And Un shoves and Jason calls. We have got a big pot brewing here. Jason has to hit a 9 or a king to bust Un. If Un holds, Jason is crippled. We'll be down to about 16K. It's almost a 200. Oh, and there it is. And that
well done, sir.
Un has to pair the board.
He does have outs.
Got to pair the board.
That's
he
not
does
it.
not. Un is busted.
Wow.
And Jason doubles up. Well, not quite doubles up, but Jason takes it all. He's got
Yikes.
208K, and he is
How did
right
he
up
do
there
that?
in the chip
How did he
lead
get that
along with
king?
Josh.
How did he squeeze that king out of there?
Gotta like it.
That's a lot of skill, I gotta say.
KJ, did I say a 9? That was silly of me to say a 9. So if that's what I said, then I was hammer drunk or something.
What? Guys, thanks for joining us here on Stone's Live Poker on Twitch and on YouTube. We're located here in Citrus Heights, California, and that's northern part of California, here at Stone's Gambling Hall. If you guys are interested in joining us, we are 24/7 here. We have no limit games. We have 4-8 limit games, and including Omaha 8 or better. We have it going on right now.
Yep.
There's always, like, every game is always going. There's never, like, just 1-3. Unless it's, like, 4 in the morning or something like that, you know. So I know because I've been here 4 in the morning.
Let's see. White space, I still don't have an answer on that, so I have not forgotten about you. I may not get an answer. I have asked, but if I don't get an answer, then I apologize for not coming through. But we haven't forgotten about you. We just don't have the answer yet.
Who didn't we forget about?
White space. Yes. Oh, I see what you did there. Let's see. BMOC 916, wondering what the payout is. That's a very good question. Generally, for a 9-handed sit and go like this usually is, it's $2,500 for first, $1,250 for second, and $750 for third. However, is that right? 1250. Yeah, 4,500. However, in this particular case, we only have 5 people that have paid to get in so far. However, there will be at least one more person buying in before the cutoff.
There was one guy who tried to talk his way in. It didn't work.
And if it winds up finishing 6-handed or less, then it's a winner-take-all payout. So the buy-in is $500 for the prize pool and $50 for the house. And so if 6 people, which we definitely have at least 6 people in there, if 6 people wind up buying in, then it winds up being a $3,000 first-place prize. And so that is a nice day's work if you can get it.
PDX Bunny says, can you two, it's you and me, right?
Yes.
Feel the thunder, hear the thunder here in Citrus Heights. It doesn't seem close, but it's loud and long.
Yeah, I definitely heard at least one thunder a little bit earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
In the booth?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounded like there was a jet plane going overhead or something.
Wow.
I didn't think to check the weather app and see what the weather's like right now.
Well, then I'd like to ask for a ceiling to protect ourselves, maybe a metal one. Just kidding. What is it? How do you prevent that from happening? What is it to prevent lightning from hitting you? It's rubber, right? Or getting shocked, or you're...
you've got
to be grounded?
Insulation.
What's the best thing to do in a thunderstorm?
Stay away from tall objects and metal objects.
Tall objects because they could fall on you if they get hit?
No, because they're more attractive to lightning. Lightning is
regardless of the
like
material.
a tree. Yeah.
Like a tree? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just an item that's something to hit, right? Or versus random. So it's not as random.
No, it's not entirely random.
Okay.
Lightning is going to, when it's coming down, it's going to be attracted to metal items and to tall items. So like metal items take precedence over non-metal items, and tall things take precedence over not tall things. So lightning's coming down, and there's like a tree right here, and you're over here. It's going to say, "Ooh, hey, there's a tree," and try to hit the tree because that's the shortest route to getting into the earth.
Wow. Okay. That's great. So if there was a metal object versus another object, but was twice as tall as the metal object, could we agree that the taller object will get hit or attract the lightning first, or the math might be in the middle right there?
Yeah,
a 50-50 chance.
I don't know. I don't know the specifics of the physics of how it works, but this is why, tall buildings will often have a lightning rod up at the top. So and so like instead of like hitting the building, it'll hit the lightning rod because it's metal and a little bit higher, so it's going to attract the lightning. And then it'll have like a lead that goes from the base of the lightning rod down into a ground fault. So that way, while it may be hitting the church or the building or whatever, all the energy is avoiding it because it's being redirected.
Well, if you guys haven't learned anything tonight, you know about lightning rods and how to prevent getting struck. So lightning comes out of the earth. That is probably wrong.
Well,
no, wait, hold on. What?
And this is my ignorance.
Oh my goodness! Well, I feel more ignorant. I didn't know there's a rebuttal.
It's the I think the attraction comes from the earth, and I'm sure, Tom. I'm sure if people look it up on Wikipedia, you'll get a much better explanation than I'm capable of giving.
You were doing so good until you said Wikipedia, Karen.
Well,
I'm just kidding. Actually, Wikipedia is pretty good. Actually, not gonna lie. I know it gets a lot of.
Yeah. So.
But anyway.
So all the charge is up in the clouds.
Oh my God,
is that a typo, Tom? To layer objects? I like Wisco Baron's comment. Hold up a one iron in a lightning storm because not even God can hit a one iron. I like that. Meanwhile, we got a couple of diamond draws battling each other.
With not very many diamonds on the board. It doesn't matter. We're moving on.
Yep.
PDX Science 101 brought to you by Kieran and Stones. Okay, I like how you excluded me from there because I obviously wasn't teaching. I was the student. Thanks, PDX.
Yeah, I know just enough about lightning to know that you shouldn't stand under tall objects and you shouldn't be holding metal. Yep, you hear that? Hear that?
That was crazy.
Good
thing Kieran's taller than me.
And I'm holding my energy drink can up here, so
You'll protect me.
Yeah, exactly. No, kinetic energy? I mean, it's... Well, yeah, I'm like I said, Tom Price, I don't know enough to give a definitive answer on that. I have a very general understanding, but...
And that's okay,
I will
Karen.
absolutely default to Wikipedia or somebody who sounds like they know what they're talking about. So I'll go ahead and take your word for it, Tom.
I don't blame you. The Golden Blazer, what's going on, buddy? I run this SNG. Oh, yeah? I don't see you there, buddy.
Still a little time to get in here if you want.
Good to see you, my man. Only 5 people? Yeah, today only 5.
There's at least one more person that has bought in but hasn't arrived to the stream yet.
Oh, man. They bought in but didn't arrive. Okay.
Well, they have bought in, but we're on a 30-minute delay. So they've bought in sometime in the last 30 minutes.
There you go. Explained. How you been, Golden Blazer? Are we going to see an appearance from you anytime in the future? We got some great guests appearances coming up soon, so we wouldn't mind hearing from you. So we do have, if you guys look down here, quite a lineup of some great people on YouTube. They're going to come here and grace us with their presence, either on the stream or as a commentator, guest commentator. They'll be joining us here next week.
Nucifer 1 says, Golden Blazer quit the sit-and-go game. Oh, all right. I mean, maybe that's just online. Maybe he still plays live sit-and-goes when he can find them, because they don't go too often, except here at Stone's on the last Saturday of the month. But yes, upcoming guests. If you've ever watched poker vlogs, chances are at least one of these people. Jamin Burton, Drawn Dead, Trooper Tim Watts, well-known poker announcer David Tuckman, and Assassinato Alexander Fitzgerald. All very well-known folks, and all very, very interesting people in general. So come on by one of the meetup games and chat with these folks. They enjoy talking to people. Tom Price giving us some more science here. The answer is both. Cloud to ground lightning comes from the sky down, but the part you see comes from the ground up. Typical ground to cloud flash lowers a passive negative electricity that we cannot see towards the ground in a series of spurts. Objects in the ground generally have a positive charge. So it sounds to me, and certainly correct me if I'm mistaken here, it sounds to me that like the cloud kind of connects the circuit, and then the ground follows that circuit. What you're seeing comes from the cloud, but then there's more energy that comes up from the ground and goes up to the cloud. Am I interpreting that correctly, or am I completely off base on that? Golden Blazer, I'm assuming that that you're talking about the question about
the thing,
the question of potentially somebody doing some cheating during the live stream.
Oh, okay. I forgot about it already.
We did talk a little about that earlier. Basically, I don't know anything about it. The first time that I heard about it was when somebody had mentioned it in the chat. What I do know is that we don't want anybody to cheat, and so Stones does a lot of things to make sure that cheating is not something that can happen. I do know that Stones has also implemented some policies to help to continue to make sure that cheating does not happen. Dave C hits top pair, and he's right now he's outdrawn Jason with a pair and a straight draw. But honestly, that's pretty much all I know about it. Kurt Sheldon is wondering, how can anyone cheat with the delay? Well, the all these great graphics and stuff that we're seeing on the stream here, that's not automatic. Actual human beings need to be plugging in that information, and so theoretically, if somebody put in a big enough bribe, theoretically, it could be possible to get somebody in the production booth to be relaying information. Now, having said that, I don't think that any of our production team would be willing to do that. But what Stones has done is they've taken some steps to make something like that not possible. So on the live stream games, Stones is no longer allowing electronic devices being at the table. So you can't receive a phone call saying, "Hey, this guy's got pocket aces, so you should fold." So, Stones is doing all of their due diligence to make sure that it's a clean game, because we don't want problems like that. Nobody does. It's just bad.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, for me as a player, I would not want to be anywhere that has any cheating.
Yeah.
So for me, if I heard something and saw that there is a possibility, I mean, of course it can be possible, but like I don't feel it, and I mean I would really need to see some evidence for that to happen, because I know like kind of how it works, and it'd be really tough.
Yeah.
And if you did it, I mean, it'd be found, and so as a player first, I mean, I love Stones. I was a poker player first before anything, but I think Stones, objectively speaking, I don't see how that actually would happen too easily. It'd be tough. Anyway, but thanks guys for absolutely, we're here to be transparent with you guys. Of course we want to have a fun stream and answer you guys' questions and focus on more than just those things that in our opinion could be just something that not really that important, as far as like we don't really think that it's happening, so we don't see it as a big of a deal because we don't think it's true.
Yep.
Not putting it aside just because we don't think it's an important thing to talk about. Obviously something important,
Right.
But it's just I think it's ridiculous. So that's why.
I mean, we take anything like that seriously. So nobody is just saying, "Oh yeah, that's a bunch of nonsense." It's
I'd
not
just be
true.
really surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, guys, you guys are definitely we're open to
Yep.
address those things. We're not shy about
Yeah,
it.
and we if you have questions or concerns, email JFK Poker.
Yep.
That's the place to do it, because
that's good. That's our PR right there.
if there is
You guys
something
wanna
going on.
Yeah. Because we're kind of just speaking our own personal opinion as players and our personal opinions about that. Hearing it from you guys, honestly, I just heard it from you guys. So, like if you want actual statements from Stones, then that would be, you'd have to go through JFK. So just to put it out there, official comments not going to be through us. This is
we
just
are not
generally
the PR
our
department.
opinion. Yeah, opinions only here. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because ours sounds impossible with a 30-minute delay. I mean, there could be other things also. Like, so if somebody had some kind of RFID reader that, in their pocket that was transmitting information to their phone, something like that could theoretically do it. So
Nucifer, rigged for winning players.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it if you mean it as a joke because it sounds like a pretty good joke. Go ahead.
Yeah. William WBG is wondering if the player's been playing at the same world class level off stream or at other venues. I mean, I've seen him play off stream here, and he plays really, really well. Whether he runs the same at other venues. I haven't seen the player play at other venues, so I certainly couldn't speak to that.
Yeah, general chat. Hey, so we got Ace Jason actually hits a really nice hand here on the flop I would like to see a raise, definitely. And he doesn't, which he may now see that heart is going to be, if Dave checks it, I could see this being, oh, it's done. All right, well, it's done.
Yep.
He did raise it. I didn't know he raised it. I was like, yeah, he raised it. And then, anyway, nice hand. I thought he was going to be more involved in that one. Ended quick. So we're down to 3 players, and I think they are all the same stacks. I'm not sure. We have to take a look.
Yeah, Dave won a really nice pot earlier, so he's got 139, Jason 179, and Josh with 177. So nobody's really dominating at this point. Yeah, PDX, we're both waiting to see Nutlow sit down. Like I said, I know that at least one other player is bought in, so we'll probably see them.
You start with 100K, right?
Yeah.
And the blinds are what right now? What was this, 816 or something like that?
Yeah, let's see. I think it might be 1K, 2K. Yeah, it's 1K, 2K right now.
Okay. So even if you sit down with 100K, 1K, 2K, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, 50 big
you're
blinds still.
definitely you still have chips to make plays. So
PDX,
Right now.
wondering if that was a semi-spoiler. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you that the tournament has not yet ended, so the 2 people have not busted out. And I don't know if it's a spoiler to say that there's one more person who's going to be coming in. I guess if you think it's a spoiler, then it's a spoiler for you. But I don't know if it's much of a spoiler for anybody else.
I wonder if we have any sound on the tables.
We can try it. Let's try turning on tabletop.
Hanging in there, barely.
I turned tabletop off.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to see if they can hear anything.
Okay.
Oh no, you can still do that.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just doing my own experiment here.
All right. Is it? Let me know when the
waiting to
commercial's
add, yeah.
over. Yeah.
Jeez, these ads are just getting longer and longer.
Oh, Full On Poker says yeah, table talk's working. So all right, cool. Got an interesting hand here. King Queen versus King Jack. Dave C's in pretty good shape.
Do my own experiment here.
And it checks all the way through, and Dave C is going to take this down with the Queen Kicker.
Oh, okay, yeah. They have a little bit of sound.
One thing you want to make sure that you do in a sit-and-go tournament like this, especially when it gets short-handed, have a strong bladder, because you don't want to miss any hands.
Right. Or you can get the biggest chip stack 2-to-1 on them and then go to the bathroom for a while.
Yeah.
Let them go for it. Wouldn't that be annoying?
I don't know. With this, they'd probably just take turns raising and taking it down.
Right.
And you're
You're right. That would be
$5,000
the move, though.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be. See, the thing is, they need time to think about that because they cannot. These 2 players cannot get together and say this is what we're gonna do. So.
Yeah.
You can actually do that and probably get away with it for maybe 10 minutes. But cause after 10 minutes, then they're going to get maybe less. Actually, you probably have like 7 minutes.
I mean, really,
then they'll catch on and go,
all you
without
have to
actually
do
saying
is You say, well, I'm going to raise all in this hand, and then I'm going to fold the next hand, and then I'm going to raise all. And so you just announce your intentions, and then the other person, well, I will do the opposite. And because that's not colluding. That's just saying this is what I'm going to do.
But you can't talk about your hand, but your head's up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you know what? We should probably not give
Not
any
encourage people to
ideas.
do
Or
that.
like, yeah, those Stones guys, they told me this little strat, and I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, well, I think the circumstances under which something like that might happen are probably going to be pretty rare. So,
Maybe.
Wazowski 007 is wondering what the prize pool is. When the sixth person comes in, the prize pool will be at $3,000. And if it stays six-handed, in other words, if nobody else buys in, it's winner take all. If a seventh person comes in, then top two players are getting paid. But if it only winds up being six, and one person's going home with a $3,000 payday.
Winner takes almost all. Of course, that's how it works in tournament poker. Almost all.
Yeah.
Got to pay the people. Got to pay the dealers. So.
Yep. Technically, the house already has their cut, so you don't have to pay them. In terms of the prize pool, you're taking all of the prize pool. But it is always a good idea to tip the dealers, because it is not cool to not tip the dealers.
Have you guys ever had a friend that didn't tip at the end of the tournament? Or yourself? Oh yeah, my friend. You did it once. It wasn't very good.
Look, here comes our player number 6, getting signed in to the disclaimer / waiver
What?
release.
Oh yes, this is great.
And
Oh man,
that will put us at 4 players at the table, 2 players busted. So that is 6.
$550
minutes
buy-in.
Left to late register.
Okay, well, this guy here, Mr. Sixth entry, now 4th person playing now though. Let's see how he does. He's buying 100K. Blinds are 1-2, so he's definitely has what is it, 50? Yeah, it's 50.
Yep.
So he can still play. Doesn't have to really do too much panicking. Has enough chips to play it out.
Yep.
So there's a 3-bet here to 12K with a 9-7 offsuit from Jason. So he might be going off of maybe experimentation here. Definitely don't really recommend doing that with that particular hand. Maybe because when you do get a call, you're going to be put in a tough spot, especially in early position.
So Jason 3-bet, and Josh called, and Josh flops the joint.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh no!
This could get expensive.
Oh, this is it, guys. This is it, and they're equally stacked. Jason has a slight edge on chips, so he will not have his tournament life at stake here. At this point, there still isn't, but I could see some pretty big bets here happening on the river. No one boated up. I don't know. I can't really see that Jason is going to believe that he flopped a flush there. Jason's going to believe he has the best hand, so he's going to bet pretty heavy. Josh is going to have no choice. Oh, he just called?
Yep, just called.
Because he's afraid of a possible other hand.
Possible boat, there's still an ace-high flush that could be out there also.
So,
Jason did 3-bet pre-flop, so a suited ace is absolutely going to be in Jason's range.
Nice work. Now, okay, so the next guy, his name is S9. That sounds familiar, actually. S9.
Seat 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so once they actually get the name, then they'll put that in there.
That sounded silly saying that, but it did. I mean, I think there are people that actually just have played the stream with just that, so maybe not. Okay, well, that explains it.
Yeah. A couple interesting comments in the chat. VBoss Poker says, I tip still, just not as much as I used to, since fees seem to be higher than years ago. Yeah, I mean, you always gotta tip an appropriate amount for what you're comfortable with. And then JC on the YouTube side says, why should dealers be reliant on the players to pay their salaries? Shouldn't that be the responsibility of the dealer's employer? I mean, that's absolutely a reasonable point to make. I think that's probably more the case for restaurants because, restaurant employees are often working for minimum wage, and the tips can be, like people just vary so much in the amount they tip. Whereas at a card room, there's going to be a little bit more, I think, consistency in the amount of tips. But it's an interesting question, JC. I think Dave C's picked up a royal flush draw. Swagner, S. Wagner. He's got top pair with a jack, and Josh just has a pair of eights. He does not have a whole lot.
Dave's hoping
to
for
go
a
with
small bet from Swagner, so he can just call and get
Yeah.
a low price on seeing that river.
Kazars is wondering if you tip in the tournament setting or let the winners do that. If I cash in a tournament, then I do tip. I think it. PDX is saying about 5% of your winnings tip. That seems like a little much to me. Partly because often in a tournament there will be money set aside from the prize pool for the staff. And Dave C makes his flush. He's still going to be a little bit worried about a full house, but he's never folding here. And the question is he going to raise, or is he just going to call and try to drag Josh along with him? He's cutting out some raising chips. About 40K. $40K it is. Swagner will have to call off almost half his remaining stack. And he's going to get
There
away
it
from
is.
it.
So just there's something that I've observed as far as tipping. It's hard to really put a percentage because, I mean, it's going to adjust according to your winnings. So, I would say as far as tipping is concerned, really just take a moment, think about, everything that's happened, and really just see what you feel is you're comfortable with, No one can really have the right answer there, So even if they had the right answer, doesn't mean that everyone's going to follow it. So it's the discussion itself is kind of like just always going to be up in the air forever, So I've had those discussions with people all the time, and so just do what you feel comfortable with, and because you're probably never going to listen to anyone else anyways that about how much you should tip on your winnings, So
apparently Nutlow was unable to make it. They just put the kids to bed, and so he couldn't make it down here in time. So next time, Nutlow.
Nutlow, thanks for trying. Whatever percentage of trying you were doing.
JC's wondering, an attorney, who do you tip? If you tip dealer A, do they pull the tip with all the dealers, or should you tip all the dealers separately? You can't possibly tip all the dealers separately.
Unless you're a stalker.
Because, some of them are going from the tournament to cash games, and some of them leave shift. So, especially like a 3-day tournament, there's for sure not all the dealers are going to be working those 3 days. So usually when you're cashing out, you just take whatever you feel like tipping and say, you give it to whoever's paying you out and say this is for the dealers and staff. And so that's how to do it, really. My wife lets me go hunting all day. She doesn't have that many yeses for one day. Nutlow, I hope she's saving at least one yes for you for after the kids go to bed.
Welcome back. What, bruh? V-Boss Poker. Almost all places pull tips now. That's possible.
PDX?
So when you go, Nutlos is lets you go hunting all day. Like, do you go hunting all day because you can't catch anything, or you just like to be there all day regardless? Anyway,
are you just bad at hunting? Is that?
I've been hunting all day. That could mean two things. You're not good. You just love it. You just love being out there. You know. I don't know if you guys have heard of what's his name? It's Meat Eater. What's that thing? Meat Eater. There's a guy there. It's on Netflix, and he's really good. I'm not a hunter, not even close, but he is. And what I've noticed on that one, I'm sharing this with you because it's kind of interesting. I don't enjoy hunting. I've actually never been hunting, but watching this guy, and the show is all about hunting and being in the mountains. I just remember one time one of the episodes. Yeah, I've watched like a lot of them. But anyway, on one of the episodes, he went to the mountain, planned a 3-day hunting session, and on the first day, he actually found I think what he was looking for, but he passed on it because he said he didn't want to end his trip so early. So for the next 2 days, he just enjoyed being in the mountain, looking at all the other mountains. Yeah. And I just thought to myself, I don't think I could last 12 hours looking at other mountains for too long. And if I did catch something within the first 5 hours, that is the end of my trip. Anyway, thought I'd share that. Are you a hunter?
No, not at all. I like comfortable at bed and Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, not wife. Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Just kidding. Not trying to get you in trouble. We love you.
Oh, this
our
is
wives
a
individually.
Tough break for Jason. Jason bets $20K because there's a straight on the board and a possible flush, and Swagner, he makes the better straight, jack high, and of course he's going to call. And Jason just torched off $20K there, which was not a bad bet. He just wound up. He had a decent chance of picking that up as long as Swagner's not just playing the board.
Just a tour guy. PDX, you are borderline there, man. Borderline. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys. You're saying that is the show you're talking about is Meat Hunter?
No, Meat Eater. You're
It
right.
is Meat Eater. Right?
Yeah, because
okay.
the eat is highlighted in
right,
both of those
because
words.
his main food source for the year is mainly meat because he takes back
does his own
and
hunting.
Yeah, like one session I think can feed you for months or something like that, right?
Yeah, potentially.
Like you freeze it and stuff. So I think it's really interesting. Steve Ranella, I think that is his name actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Nutlow with the knowledge.
Meat Eater. Yes.
We got an interesting hand here. Josh is raising to 8.5K with Ace Queen. And Dave, that's such a good flop for Dave. Whether it's going to turn out to be a good hand for him or not may be a question.
There's 23K in the pot, and he decides to bet.
What is that about?
I would like to bet
7K?
I'd like to bet pretty close to the pot actually. Probably like 16, 17, three quarters. Just because there's a lot of value here to bet. Let's see what he bet. Only 8.
Yeah, bet a third of the pot.
I'm seeing that too often now in these style of games. In a cash game, I could see myself betting a lot more than that. That's something that I would have to adjust to.
Dave put in a raise. Josh shoves. Dave snap calls.
Oh my goodness.
And this is going to be trouble for somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have a huge stack after this hand.
Mm-hmm.
Dave needs to hit a club,
Dave doesn't
a 6
mind
or
getting
a 9.
that call either.
There's the
and
club.
He hits it. Yeah.
That takes it down. Dave now has the chip lead. He's going to have about 343,000 in chips. And that's bad luck for Josh. I mean, he hit the flop that he wanted to.
Yeah, but Dave hit the flop he wanted. Josh hit the flop he wanted. They both hit the flop they wanted.
Exactly.
And it's just the way it runs out.
Yeah, and in a tournament, when you hit the flop that you want, you've often got to go for it because you have to build up your chips.
Yeah, so it looks like Dave is just a far lead in chip stack, 243K.
He's got over half of the chips in play.
This is where he can go to the bathroom for a little bit. Or, not to suggest any type of gameplay, but he does have the opportunity to be very aggressive here at this point of the tournament with his chip stack.
Wattbry says that if Dave winds up winning this, he's bringing all that money to the stream on Monday.
The thoughts of someone buying, oh man, I hate to say it, and I think I'm okay with say it, but generally speaking, the thoughts of coming into a tournament this late is okay unless you do have someone that has an overwhelming chip stack like that, because you're going to be pushed around just like everyone else. And if that's only saying that if the person with the chip stack actually does take that line of aggression. So let's see what happens. What do you think, Kieran? Does it sound about right? Or?
Yeah, I think so. JC's got an interesting question. What if you play 45 minutes at blackjack and walk away with $10 profit? Proper etiquette is to tip at that table too, right? But when you lose, it's okay to not tip. Well, first of all the like casino table games like blackjack and roulette, those tips are all shared amongst all the dealers, whereas at poker tables, the dealer keeps their own tips. Now, I think often the dealers will help to take care of the floor staff, because the floor staff helps the games go and helps the dealers do their job. So I think the dealers will often shave a little off the top for their support staff. But I can tell you what I do. If I'm playing blackjack and I'm tipping, what I'll do is, as I'm playing, if I'm doing well, every once in a while I'll put a buck on top of my bet that is a tip for the dealer. And so if I win, the dealer wins. If I lose, the dealer loses. And so, I'm going to do that, throughout the blackjack session, rather than waiting until the results at the end, because if I wind up losing, it's nice if I can get the dealer a little bit of a tip, even if I'm losing. Nice thing with poker is that if I'm losing,
tipping.
I don't have to tip.
Well, I mean, right? Okay, but cash
tip when I
games, right? I mean, you're gonna tip every time you rake in a pot, right?
Mm-hmm.
In poker, so. I think it's a lot easier to tip in poker because, I mean, it's kind of standard to tip when you take down and you don't really have to do much math on that.
Right.
The tournament side,
yeah,
math side, that's, it's kind of up to you.
PDX
over there, my suggestion on tipping over there in the dark side is ask yourself, why are you in the dark side? Then answer that. PDX, per your suggestion, Dave could wander off to the restroom for an hour. That is exactly what I was saying. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. I'm
not saying it's a good idea.
Table's too short-handed.
But I think you do. Yeah. I think the better play is maybe something different than that. Yeah.
Wattbray says that Thunder Valley a while ago went to pooled tips for the poker dealers, and that didn't last very long. Yeah, I can see that because, I think especially with poker dealers, because you're really interacting with the players more. Somebody who's a good dealer and gets in a lot of hands and is friendly can potentially earn a lot more in tips than a bad dealer who's slow and grouchy and makes mistakes. And so I think the good dealers would kind of resent it.
What's really interesting about that actually is poker tournaments are, I think, it's the only one in the, for card rooms or whatever, where you're tipping at the end versus progressively on a table game or a cash game. So, you know what I mean? So that would be that's really almost the only scenario of debating whether you're going to tip. Because, yeah, I mean, you're losing, right? You're losing in the session in whatever, blackjack or whatever, right? Who holds off at the end and says, I'm going to tip you at the very end. I have heard that before, but honestly, I feel like those are the people that I just don't want to tip. But if you win a hand or you're, whatever, baccarat, you get a dragon, you're normally tipping as you progress through your session, right? I mean, that just makes the most sense. You never really go, here, at the very end, then I'll tip you if I win. You know what I mean? Good talks.
Jarl Lunar? Jarl Lunar?
That's a long name just because how he read it.
Are you Danish? What? Where he plays, it's pool for tips, and unfortunately, they have to share with the whole casino of dealers. Yeah, I suspect that the good dealers don't like that too much.
Ugo, well, we're in Cali.
Now, I think part of the reason why there's no tipping in the middle of tournaments is because you don't have actual money on the table. You can't tip them.
I tried.
They
threw it back at me.
Value tournament chip, and I was like, hey, what am I doing with this?
And guys, if you ever feel like you want to do that joke where they give you a coffee and then you try to tip them, trust me, they've heard that many, many, many times. So they may not laugh because they have heard it.
I've never heard that before.
Thanks. Actually, give them a tip. It's almost insulting.
If I guess if you win a really dramatic big pot in a tournament, you can reach into your wallet and pull out a couple bucks and give that to the dealer. I'm sure they won't object. But that seems like a lot of work. You'd rather just get on to the next hand and tip after you've binked the whole tournament.
So Dave here is taking a style of play. It looks like he's looking to just relax for a little bit, enjoy his 300K, his 3-1, 2.5 to 1 lead, his big beast of a lead against everyone. He's taking his time. He says, you know what? There's time. I can play aggressive whenever I want. And that's a true statement that he didn't make.
And we are getting word that 6 people is the final number of players in this tournament. So it is a winner take all.
Yes.
So the total prize pool is $3,000, $500 per 6 players, and that's all going to go to one person. There's no chopping, so they're going to fight it out to the bitter end.
So it's one winner takes all. So there is no second, third, fourth, or fifth, is what you're saying. So this is like, what is it? We're on an island, and there's only one to stay on the island.
It's Highlander, basically. There can be only one.
Yes. Another reference from the past.
Yes.
That
another old
another
movie
Atari
reference.
Type of reference. Highlander, where you can only win if you chop off their head. And I think, what was it like? If you did chop off they were still alive, or
no,
right?
no.
I think there was
you could only kill them by chopping off
their head, right?
But then when you did, you gained all of their power.
Oh, okay.
It was never really clear exactly what power you were gaining. It's not like any of them could fly or anything like that.
So if they had a figure,
it was very cool.
The figurine, if they had a figurine for Highlander, Keiran would own it.
Yes.
Yes,
I
no
probably
doubt.
would have.
Swagner with the highest VPIP.
He's come in late, and the blinds were up compared to everybody else's.
I think Dave's VPIP is going to go up drastically within. Mark my words. He's at 52. He's going to go up to, but he is naturally a very conservative player. I could see him turning it on, but he might be resistant of it. I don't know.
Use that big stack to start bullying people.
Yeah, man. You know I would.
Yep, that's the right way to play.
Yeah.
As a general rule, if you've got the big stack in a tournament, especially shorthanded.
Especially if you naturally like to do that anyway. Make those bets, see how they respond, and a lot of times they're laying it down.
Jason hits his key card. He was dominated again with the jacks, but he has hit his 5. I don't know that he's going to get any value from it because Swagner has straight up nothing.
You know what? Now that I think about it, because the dynamic has changed, it's not necessarily climbing up the ladder of pay, right, but is actually only first place. So that actually changes it a little bit
It
to
does.
where the aggressive nature might be for you to just hold off until there is maybe just top 3 and knock off maybe. How many do we have now?
4.
So knock off one more and then start your aggression, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's still a lot of players here for them to maybe possibly turn you into a negative profitability.
I mean,
by doing
you
that.
can't really just sit tight because the blinds are still going to be coming around. Right now, the blinds are 1.5K and 3K
Right.
with a 3K big blind ante,
Right.
which means that Dave C, even though he's got 315, he's only got just over 100 big blinds, and it's 7,500 per orbit, so 75,000 for 10 orbits. So his M is around 40 or so, which it's still plenty of maneuvering room, but everything is still going to be going around so quickly that you can't just not play. You still have to get in there and do things.
Right.
And having the big stack is the best way to do it.
I think that's just his play style, though. To be honest, I think I think even if it comes down to 3 players, I think Dave may just play his hand just like he normally would. Like, I pick my spots. If it's not even a decent hand, I'm not going to be in it.
Well, I think you're right in that Dave is going to be selective, but I think he is going to open
Compared
up his
to the
usual-
general
Yeah.
player, average player that would be in his same exact spot,
Yeah.
I think he would be on the bottom end of aggression.
I mean, I think Dave's not going to play this like it's a cash game, right? So he's going ahead and putting in a raise here to 6,000, and he's got a random garbage ace.
Oh, Jason wakes up with aces.
Yeah, that's not going to work too well for him.
Nope.
And because Dave did basically a min raise, he can get away easily.
Dave can get away with this from this real easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what he does.
Was that an open shove?
Yeah. So
Right,
Dave,
there you go.
Dave
80.
raised
At 80K,
and, Jason shoved. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well,
I think that's a good shove
right.
there.
Exactly. Well, there's something to reference right there.
Yep.
Open shove with aces right there.
Yeah.
Well, you have what is it now? Maybe 30. What is he at? 20, 30 big blinds. 80. Well, what is the blinds now?
1,500, 3,000 with a
3,000?
3,000 big blind ante.
Okay, we're about there. 25, 30 big blinds. 30 big
Yep.
blinds. 93,000.
Yeah, as depending on what stage you are in the tournament, the number of big blinds that you have may be the most important number, or the M, the number of the orbits that you can survive if you never voluntarily put another chip into the pot, may be more important. I think if you're at a full table, and it's like a big tournament and there's 100 people left, I think number of big blinds is probably more important. But when you get down to being shorthanded, like we are right here with 4 people in it, I think at that point the M number starts becoming more important, because there's so much money in the pot pre-flop, and you're either under the gun or you're on the button, or you're in one of the blinds, and those blinds are going to be coming around fast. Josh goes ahead and shoves here with his pocket sixes. The 2 aces on the table folded along with Jack 10, and Josh is going to chip up a little. And Josh just picked up about 7,500 in chips, which winds up being about 15. He just increased his stack by 15% there by shoving, and at this point, sure, he's got 16. Actually, I think he had about 14 big blinds before that. But everything's coming around so fast that if you're short stacked, you've got to make some.
You got to pay
decisions.
attention.
Yep.
Yeah. No time to order food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus on your hand. Let's see. Thomas 170698. How you doing, man? I hope you're having a good night tonight. Thomas 170698. PDX. I left the table about 2 hours later with $12 in my chips. Okay.
When
so
he,
you were when what?
When he was tipping the dealers in
Oh,
the tournament.
okay. I gotcha. Okay. That's That's a sad story then.
Josh still has the best hand in this with a pair of sevens, but both Dave C. and Jason have outs, and Josh is going to go ahead and fold the best hand. Jason is hoping for a 5, so he can get a straight. Doesn't get it. Jason does have the best hand. If Jason bets, it's a bluff. He's going to go ahead and check. Dave C. also checks, and Jason's a queen high. And Dave C. Oh, I should have bluffed you off of that.
22K, that's good. Take it down. So Josh is really kind of not in a good spot. So he's definitely wanting to be keeping an eye out on a good spot to bluff. To shove. Yep. So that's kind of only the pretty limited on moves there. So let's see what happens. Almost any ace would probably be a good one. We're at 15-3. Yeah. I would say probably. So if you're sitting at 10 big blinds, you want to try to pretty much almost any ace, maybe ace 5, ace 4, any ace really. You're going to be shipping it.
Josh gets lucky and binks his 9. Swagner probably thinks that he's still best. Either A, there's a card reader error, or Josh is going full Hollywood here. He's auditioning for Quentin Tarantino's next film because he just did his 3 of a kind. And if he does the all right, all in, now it looks like he's folding. So must be a card reader error because I'm pretty sure Josh is not folding trips there. I think there's 0 chance that Josh is folding trips. So maybe they got reversed somehow.
They're still all there, right? So that means that there's no break yet.
No, they've gone there on a break and they've come back.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yep.
Okay.
So in 5 minutes there will be a tournament break
for 10 minutes, I believe.
I believe that's right.
Okay. So just keep that in mind, guys. So about 5 minutes, we're gonna go into the marbles on Twitch. So if you're interested in doing that, YouTube, we're still gonna be here, live streaming it. But if you want to join us and actually become a marble, you do have to have a registered handle on twitch.tv. And I just come to twitch.tv/Stones Live Poker.
Josh has found a hand that he likes, King Jack offsuit, and he's going to shove. That's absolutely the right play here. However, Jason is going to call with Ace 10 offsuit, and Jason's about a 3-5 favorite to knock Josh out.
All right, let's get it.
For Josh's tournament life. Ugh. Well, on the bright side, there's still 3 outs for Josh. I mean, if the ace is going to come, you might as well have a queen come with it.
That would be pretty sick if you saw a 10.
Down to the last card, needs a 10 and a 10 only, and looks like 2 of them were folded. There's one 10 left in the deck.
Ooh.
GG, Josh. That was just a bad situation for you.
Yes. GG's in the chat. Let's go. All right, Josh. I don't blame him for making that bet.
No.
Jason took it down. Nice hand, ace 10.
Short-handed.
Short-hand, you're making
that
happen. Yep, for sure. So we're 3-handed now. I'd like to see how Dave plays this out. I'm actually going to focus on seeing what his hands are and seeing what he's wanting to play with. Let's see what his range looks like. 3 players. But they all know that we only have 3 minutes left till the break, so they may be kind of just not making too many rushed decisions.
Yeah, no need to rush. I mean, none of them are really short stacked at this point. Dave's got half of the chips, and the other half is probably split pretty evenly between the other two players.
Oh my goodness. He just laid down A7 clubs. Okay. I'm starting to get an understanding here. A7 clubs, a monster three-handed here, especially with the chip stack of that size. So I'm really surprised with
that's
that
a pretty
laydown.
tight fold.
Yeah.
Looks like a good one right now since both players flop a pair.
It's hard to hit a pair, someone once said.
I think Antonio Sfondieri said on a number of occasions, it's hard to make a pair.
Don't get too stuck on that idea, guys, because then you might lose some hands thinking, oh, I got a pair. I'm a winner.
No help there. Swagner is still on top with top pair.
I think Jason's basically looking for a little bit of showdown, hopefully. No, right, there you go, no bets. Oh, wow. Yeah, so that's a pretty good hand to have now. 10-4, he can put in a value bet, maybe half the stack. I mean, half the chip, the pot. Let's see what he puts in.
Looks like 23. Yeah, about half. Now, I'd like to see Swagner take a little bit of time on this because, there could be a flush out there, could be a better king.
That's a really tough laydown for that amount. 23,000, how it played out. I mean, if he could say, well, he hit that river, that's really just a tough.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a tough laydown.
You can't think the river is any good.
So for him to think about this is great, but ultimately he's going to be calling this.
I mean, it looks like the river is basically just a whole lot of nothing. But as it turns out, it did make a hand, and
so he.
I don't blame Swagner for.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, really? A shove.
Wow.
What a
Putting
play.
Jason to the test.
What a change in how this is going. Eventually, now we have it. Now the pressure's now on Jason. Now he's in a tough spot, which was brilliantly played by Swagner.
This is for Jason's tournament life.
Because Jason has to think about it. He can't just snap call this. There's definitely a lot of hands that could beat him here. Any maybe King 10, King, any one of these, any king that could beat his hand. Two pair. Someone can have two pairs shoving all in. Shoving with even flush also. I mean, man.
I'd say let's go to table talk, but Jason isn't saying anything.
Oh,
he does make the call.
Wow.
Nice call, Jason. Good play by Swagner. It didn't work because Jason had two pair. If Jason has anything less than two pair, even just a ace king, king queen, I think Jason winds up folding.
Well, he wouldn't have put that bet in there.
Yeah.
If he didn't have two pair, he would have checked that river.
Probably, yeah.
There's really no reason to bet there unless he caught that 4 or maybe a 10 on the river. That would be the only two cards I think that would say, hey, it was an easy clear-cut bet. Didn't expect the raise. We didn't expect the raise.
Yeah.
I think it was a great raise, regardless of the outcome.
Yep.
I wouldn't have done it. I actually didn't even think about a raise.
Yeah, I was not thinking about that either.
Raise all in, which if you're gonna go for some live reads, if we dissect that a little bit. Now, could that lean more towards a bluff, or would someone that has a hand better than your two pair, would they hesitate and go all in like that? Like, is that something that someone would do? Was there a live read there?
Yeah.
You have to assume there was a live read there from both players, actually, both directions.
Yep.
So
yeah, it looks like we are coming to a break, and Swagner, unfortunately, is going to have to come back to the table with about 15,000 in chips. So he's got about 2 or 3 blinds left, which is not a good situation.
Definitely not a good situation. Nut Low says, "Is the screen frozen?" And you know what's funny is I thought about that when he had his hand in the air like this.
I was
like,
the same thing.
Is he blinking or what? What's going on here? So very funny. I'm glad you called that out because I didn't mention it because I was like, I didn't want to be the only one. But yeah, it looked like the screen was frozen.
Yeah, the only reason why I knew the screen wasn't frozen because the dealer's head was moving every once in a while.
It was like, I just saw, okay, he's alive. He didn't cramp up mid call or mid raise in this situation.
All right, everybody in Twitch, go ahead and get your marbles on! ! Play.
Well, that was fun. Yeah, definitely, guys. I'm glad you guys are here. Yeah, let's play some marbles. Are you gonna go in it?
I'm already in it.
Oh, jeez, I'm always last.
So we're gonna have a little 10-minute break, I think, while they color up some chips.
Exactly.
And give
play
everybody
or
a
play
bathroom
two.
break.
Whichever one you guys want to do, play or play two. There's 2 balls on the left-hand side. Excuse me. 2 is obviously the purple one because there's a 2 next to it.
Worm 11 like this. I'm assuming that you're talking about the ! Play like everyone is doing. Yes, that would be correct. Token Black Guy 12 doing it in capitals. I think that will work. I'm actually not 100% positive. I would recommend doing it again in lowercase just in case. Small stakes player ! Marbles does not do anything.
Such a great.
There you go. ! Play is gonna do what you need. Hellraiser says if Swagner didn't check the turn, the shove would have worked. Yeah. I mean, kind of after checking the turn, it makes a flush less likely. So. Yeah, I mean it was a really interesting hand. Glad we had a chance to see it.
So we have 25 entries. So we have a cap of 500. So just don't think there's no room for you guys. So ! Play. Switch over to Twitch for the next 5 or 6. Maybe we might have time for 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how long these races are.
dbizzle963 beginner's luck. I assume you already got in the race. I can't see you, but maybe you're just obscured. 2 seconds, 1 second. Let's go. 25 marbles racing.
Beginner's luck. Yeah, I wait, you're not a beginner. Wish you all luck
And
in this.
Flop Quad's got an early start, but he gets blocked up by the spinner.
Look at this.
Khazard's. Oh man, somebody's gonna get dropped out. I think.
I do like the
that.
descriptions on the left here. It's blocking some of the area, but it's okay. I think it looks pretty good. It's nice.
All
Give
right.
some description. Who's in it? Who's in the lead?
Trailer Park Nerd has pulled into the lead, but he's trailed by Outrightin, Megahertz Mike, Small Stakes Player, dbizzle963. There you are, dbizzle. I thought you were in there somewhere.
Coming for my sour
Candy
corn. Okay.
Maybe
did die.
We'll see. We got Tiki Idols here.
Whoa!
Oh, blasting Megahertz Mike.
Hey, by
Good
the way,
game,
you're,
Megahertz Mike.
he went
That
to go
did-
play
that
marbles
did not-
somewhere else. Dondo is not in the front.
D-Bizzle getting that beginner's luck like he
yep.
was looking for. Still some time to go, though. This race is not over yet.
Yep. Down the rabbit hole we go.
And we are getting lost as well.
Oh, and
There's
he's
a
launched,
launch
and he
against the wall.
lands it. And
That's-
he's going to go down. Someone's saying someone's going to compete. Uh-oh, who's there with him?
Right now, it's
Smalls?
D-Bizzle all alone
Alone?
in front. Small
Oh.
Stakes Player is taking the long route.
What is this place? Is this
This
gold
is like
scattered everywhere?
Lava or
Lava.
something? I don't know.
This is a really cool map, by the way.
Yeah.
Follow the red brick road.
D-Bizzle
brick?
is crushing this
Wow.
race right now.
This place is massive with
Can he hold?
jumps. Oh! And D-Bizzle
Ouch.
overcompensated his jump.
That's a tough break,
That's,
D-Bizzle.
yeah, you know.
John Walsh. No, the tourney is not over. It's just a break right now.
Yeah.
Boy, we got some a lot of interesting routes on this one. Token Black Guy is in another funnel. Taj Mahal got got relaunched into something. Small stakes player is in really good shape
Feels
right
bad.
now. He is getting very close to the win. Stone's Life Poker has dropped off the map.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, D Bizzle. That's marbles for you. You run so good, and then at the very end, it all gets taken away. Small stakes. Is he going to get past the spinner smoothly? Yes, he is. Small stakes player is going in. He is going to take it. Good job, small stakes player.
Congratulations.
Get in the win. Token black guy, strong second place right now if he can get through the spinner. And looks good, I think. Maybe. Hard to tell. I like this map. There's a lot of ways to get to the end. Token black guy comes in second. Good job. Brian Fodder comes in third. Taj Mahal Kid comes in fourth. Can I come in fifth? Is it going to happen? There we go. I've come in fifth. I'm very happy about that. Cinder 3E comes in sixth. XX Flop Quads in seventh. King Spades in eighth. Tamimo in ninth, and Dank Chank in 10th.
Hey, Thirst Lounge is hosting us.
Oh, all right, Thirst
Hey.
Lounge. Hey, good to
How's
see
it
you
going?
guys.
Thanks a lot. I hope you guys are had a good night. Hope you had a great stream where you're just doing some marbles. You know how that is. How you guys doing? Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate you.
Small stakes player is wondering if he gets a Stones cap.
You get a pat on the back, and yes, a Stones cap says Mike in the air
disembodied
here.
voice in the control room.
I can't
Yes,
come up with anything clever.
What is it? Text your info to send your info to JFK Stones.
Right. Yep.
And he will get you your Stones caps.
Or email winners@Stones Live. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't do that. You're gonna get that mailer demon. Ooh, yes. It's a great hat.
Yep.
So congratulations. So we don't know if there's another game, but we do. If we are back to action, then we're probably gonna go there. If not, then we're probably gonna do one more marbles.
Yeah, we'll definitely give away another hat at the end of the tournament stream. I don't for another marbles race. Nutlow is saying that Casey got busted by Ace Queen in the tournament.
Ace Queen, wonk wonk.
You're listening to Scott too much. It says Ace Queen is bad, and it's giving you bad vibes when you have Ace Queen. You've got to believe in Ace Queen. There we go, small stakes. Stones Live Poker just gave you instructions on how to get that information for your hat. Looks like we're going to do one more race here through a rainstorm because it's raining up here, and so that's why we're doing that. Go ahead and do one more race. This one, I don't think we are going to give away a hat, though. So I'm just going to give everyone that alert right now. Right now, just racing for glory. Not for headwear.
Glory. The glory.
And then
for
after
glory
this,
and honor.
we should be going back to the tournament with 3 players left. One of them very short.
There you go.
stack.
It's starting to rain, guys, so we definitely can't stay out too long with our marbles. So
Catch a
go and
cold.
get don't want cold marbles. Exclamation point play or play 2. So we can get this started. We're going to go ahead and give you guys another minute here if you guys want to join in so we can get back to the action on poker. Let's enjoy the last game of marbles on break.
25 seconds to get in. We got 24 people entered. We had 25 the last time. Who's not entered? There we go. Oh, we even at 26 now. That's fantastic.
PDX Bunny, you want to pull your marble? You just do quickly. Just do exclamation point play no.
What the best way to do this is to unplug your computer and then plug it back in again, and that'll take care of it.
JK.
It's always a good troubleshooting step.
And Kappa. Man, he took forever to say that. So everyone going all the way around.
Got a big old funnel this time.
Jeez. Yep.
Now I wonder if the simulated rain actually has any effect on on the marbles' behavior or not.
Yeah.
What was that?
Hey, chat. Can we? Hey, chat. Can we get a quick poll in the chat? However many votes we get for one or the other.
Let's
do a
go ahead and
vote.
switch. This one isn't for a hat anyway.
Let's go.
This one's for nothing. Nothing. But
This
for
one, there's no hat on this one. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's switch.
All right, I'm getting word that the tournament has started up again. We're going to see if we can maybe get switched over to that because, there's nothing on the line on this one. There we go. All right. We'll see if we can find out who won and let y'all know. I'm sorry, Nutlow. It wasn't for a hat anyway, so
Yeah. If you guys are curious if you won or not, just email us at winners at. Just kidding. I wonder how many times I could use that joke. I'm gonna try one more. Let's see. Pride is on the line. I need my fix. Oh, Nutlow. You know what? You're already a winner in our heart.
Yeah. Swagner just called with. I don't think I like that. I think, with that small a stack, you just have to go ahead and put the chips in and hope that you run out good.
And hope.
Yeah.
A lot of hope, by the way.
A lot of hope.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. We'll see if we can do that map again when the stream ends and we're doing another race. And that one we will do for a hat.
Not just any hat.
Vancouver Villa is outraged that we would cut away from marbles to some stupid poker game. I'm sorry.
I'm there with you, man. And if you want to complain about it, send us an email at winners. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, that's the last time.
Swagner goes all in with Queen Jack. Jason, it's only 2.5K to call with garbage card 6-4, but it's still the right call. And we got a 19K, 2.5K to win 16.5K, and that is a bad flop for Swagner. Jason hits his pair. Swagner still has a couple of overcards and runner spade draw. That is not it. He's got to hit a queen or a jack, or it is all over. And it is all over for Swagner. Good game, Swagner. We are down to two people, Jason and Dave C.
Man, so Dave C actually chilled for a bit. And let's see where the chip stacks are now. I think Dave's still pretty close to 300K. I haven't really seen too much come out as far as hands between any other players. And let's see. I would assume now at this point that since he wasn't in a lot of the pots, that Jason here has probably consumed a lot of chips.
Kazanoke 515, you missed the email for winners. It's okay because you didn't win. But if we're going to have at least one more marble race coming up where there will be a prize, and we'll go ahead and let everyone know. Nucifer, you did not win the marble race. It was a small stakes player who won that and is getting that. We are going to run the second race that we ran. We had to cancel. There wasn't going to be a prize for it anyway, but we had to cancel because we were going back to the felt. There will be one more marble race for a hat after the tournament has completed, and we'll let everyone know how to get your hat. Who won this race? The one that was canceled. Mike, do we have any way to know who won the canceled race? I'm getting no response from the booth, so I don't I don't think we're gonna know. So I'm afraid we're all just gonna have to live with the belief that we would have won if it wasn't suddenly canceled. PDX funny is referencing the Heidi Bowl from from way back when. God, what was that, like 40 years ago?
Look at this
Something
hand.
like that. Ooh.
So they both have really great starting hands, especially heads up. So it looks like Jason here raises. Dave decides to 3-bet, which I don't blame him.
Mhm.
Jason here has to call at least. And let's see what the flop brings.
Whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
One club on there, 2 clubs. If there were 2 clubs on there, we might have seen this tournament end right here and now. But
I like to see what they do on blank boards like this and see where the aggression is. Dave here, I like his taking over.
yep.
And I like to see that. I like to see a lot more of that, actually.
Yeah, Jason didn't bet on that flop, and Dave had a pretty good idea that if Jason doesn't have a pair there, then Dave's got the best hand, and so absolutely worth putting in a bet to try to take it down, which winds up working.
Newsifer, what's going on, buddy? Okay, everyone, just assume I won. You know what? That's what I assumed. You won. You won. Pride.
Yeah,
Lots of pride.
I agree with Newsifer. I'm just assuming that I won. Dave had the mystery hand there, which was nothing. Now, Kazunoka, there's no winner at anything email. That's JDR trolling folks.
You're gonna play the horse tournament, Wabrai, on October 19th. That'd be cool, man. Oh, I can't play those because I'm just not good.
Well, that's a good reason to not play them.
Yeah. Just stick to what I am most confident in. The best game ever, as my
Cadillac
buddy
of poker.
Yeah, the Cadillac of poker, or my boy Doug Polk says, the best game ever.
Both players have picked up an open-end straight draw. If the 9 comes, Dave C is going to lose a lot of money because Jason will have the 10 high straight, and Dave C would just have the 9 high straight. If a 4 comes, they're chopping. It's all getting in, and they're chopping. Dave puts out a bet. There's no way Jason is folding here.
Oh, man. I like it. Dave bets for value, 10K. Jason's going to call or raise?
Just a call.
Just a call, okay.
Hearts get there. Can Dave find a bet here? No. And then, yeah, Jason is going to find a bet, and that's a very nice bet. A little bit risky. I think he maybe could have. Maybe against Dave, he doesn't have to bet too much because Dave is going to fold a lot of hands when the flush gets there.
Right, and so that's the I guess the benefit of being in the game with someone that you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And then the downfalls of being the player that maybe kind of gives people an idea of how you'll play most hands, because that's where I think it's important to mix it up every now and then, just so then people can't be on TM and put you in tough spots because they feel like they can push you off.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely pros and cons there.
Small stakes player, you're in Singapore? We don't ship outside the United States. I think if you're willing to pay the shipping costs, email JFK and let him know, and we can maybe investigate what the options are. But yeah, we generally don't ship out of the United States. So
the shipping may cost way more than the hat value, although the value of that hat is pretty up there.
Small stakes, email JFK again and say, hey, if I wanted to pay for the shipping to get this out here, how much would that be? And he'll let you know, and then you can decide whether the hat's worth it or not. It's a really nice hat.
The other option is you could get one of those printing machines. They're
3D printer.
Yeah, they're just a couple $100,000, I'm sure. And then you can just get a picture of the hat, and it'll do it for you. It probably in plastic, so it's not wearable, but at least you'll have a Stones hat.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
and you'll have a big 3D printer.
Yes. So find out what else you're going to do with that. You're welcome ahead of time.
Or
Long
you
story
can
short.
just fly out. Let JFK know when you're flying
Come
out.
here and visit
come,
us.
Come play on
Yeah.
the stream. That's always a
Oh
possibility.
man, that would be great. Yeah, actually, that might be a new requirement. You want to win, you got to come down here. Nah,
There we
just
go.
kidding.
Payouts are right. First place, $3,000. Second place, set of steak knives. I don't know. Yes, indeed.
The ginsu, right?
Yeah.
The ginsu knife. Any chefs out there? Is the ginsu knife still
Is that still a
like
thing?
the goat, as you could?
I don't know.
Say?
I think
Of
that
knives?
was a lot of marketing. I'm not sure about
Ginsu
the
knife, right.
actual quality
Wasn't
of the
it
knife.
cutting like doorknobs?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use your knife for doing that, I
Right.
guess,
I
sure,
mean,
but-
shoot, I'm too clumsy to own something that sharp, man. Shoot. Yeah. Small Six Poker, keep up the good work, guys. I hope you're talking to us. I think you are. Thank you.
Yeah. Glengarry Glen Ross, yep. PDX, I don't know if you used to watch David Letterman, but there was a bit where Paul Schaefer was doing quick movie reviews, and so Dave would rattle off the name of a movie, and Paul would give a quick review. And so Dave says, okay, next movie to review, Glengarry Glen Ross. Paul says, liked Glenn, liked Gary, hated Ross. Like, what?
That's great.
All right.
There we go. Another reference.
Another old person reference.
Throw that in with the Atari. And what was the other one? I forgot what the other one.
Heck, I don't know. Oregon
I
Trail. I
forgot.
don't know.
Oregon Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That was a great game. Let's see.
Jason hits his 10. Dave hits his 8. 10 is
man,
good
fair
enough.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, the Heidi game.
Real noob. I knew someone was gonna chime in. The Oregon Trail. Should I fix the axle or should I gamble? I always gambled. That's how I knew I was in line for this industry.
Jason's got a
I
real
always
hand. He
broke
is
my
he has
axle.
taken a little bit of time to think about how much he wants to raise to.
So let's see what he
And,
does. How much is that?
looks
Is that
like-
an overbet? No, it's not.
About 7,000.
Okay.
And Dave has 7 deuce, so he's
Oh.
getting out of there. Bad
Yeah.
timing.
Right. Monster hand versus an easy laydown. The old MS-DOS green screen game, yes. MS-DOS with the floppy disks.
Yeah, I ran Oregon Trail on my Apple II Plus.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun.
My first Mac was way later. I didn't get to invest in a.
No, this wasn't a
back
Mac.
in the- Oh, what?
This was the Apple II Plus.
Oh, the Apple II Plus
Yes,
prior
so
to
pre-Macintosh.
Pre-Mac. Sorry, I get you.
PDX, I'm assuming that that may be an autocorrect typo. Sedentary, tired of sitting around too much and not driving. No, it was dysentery. Dying of dysentery.
Yeah, I starved a lot, but it was fun to go hunting. I think I don't even remember the details now, but I just remember I never made it. I never crossed that river. That river was way too
It was a tough game.
broad.
Jason gets another
yeah.
big hand with pocket tens, and Dave gets a hot garbage and folds again. And Jason is going, God, can't you have a hand when I have a hand?
Misremembrance. Kappa, I like it.
Blinds are 2K and 4K with the 4K big blind ante, which means that if you're on the button, you're in for 2K. If you're not on the button, you're in for 8K. And Dave gets 7 deuce again, and he's just getting crushed.
I'm not really surprised to see these two players at the end, just based on their play style. I think these are probably, were probably the favorites in this sit and go.
Kazanokai, they are not going to chop because there are no chops in this tournament. It is play down to the felt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because I think, Dave would probably say something like, no, I didn't play passive with 5 players for nothing, or 4 players for nothing, or 3 players for nothing. I'm here to play now.
At least he would be if he was getting any cards. 7 deuce, 7 deuce, 9 deuce.
You know what? That's true, and it sounds like I'm beating up on Dave, but Dave's a buddy. He knows I love him.
I mean, I'm sure Dave would love to play some hands.
Oh, he'll take my money any day because I play every hand, right? Dave definitely has, and Jason here are definitely gonna battle out for a little bit at least, unless there's a cooler hand to come.
Dave finally gets a real hand. He's probably going to put in a raise here after. Brooklyn John, payouts, first place, $3,000. Second place, hearty handshake. Not sure what's going on here. I'm gonna turn table talk
Had the
on.
wrong amount out there?
Yes.
And we continued?
Yeah, okay, so I didn't do the flop. He had JD thought he was the big blind in the end. Never, I didn't see it. It came to him, dealt the cards out.
I called it.
He called his, and then JD, I was about to put the flop on. JD's like, I didn't act yet.
Okay. So first of all, the small blind's supposed to be on the button here, okay?
Yeah.
All right. The bets are already in, so these are going to stand, but you're saying the wrong person put the big blind ante in?
No, he never did anything.
The bet stand.
I put the
His bet
yeah,
stand.
I put
His
12
bet
in.
stand. I'm looking at
It's
it.
on us to know that the small blind is on the button.
I understand, but that's my 4,000.
No, that was mine, and then I
Well,
called.
how did I put 8 in without 12?
Because you never,
You know, you never collected your ante.
I never collected your ante because you weren't the big blind. You put 8 out on accident.
Okay.
It was supposed to
Alright.
be 2,000.
So what do we do here?
So he says
He put 8 out in turn
no, the 8 was out before I dealt the cards.
because he was putting.
Because he thought he was the big blind, but he was.
It affected my action.
It made you raise.
No, it made me call.
Which the 8 from each of you is going to stand. Okay. So the pot's right. We're going to see a flop, and we're going
And
to
you
play
put
it out
that money
from
out there?
Yeah, that's my ante.
So I need.
So go ahead and run the board.
Why didn't you say something?
I didn't
Dave,
catch it.
Dave, at
I
this
was
point,
looking
it
at
is
my
what it is.
cards.
Okay.
If I caught it, I was.
So the 8's going to stay in. We're going to see a flop, and we're going
I
to play
said
it
I
out.
should have caught it.
I need 8.
If I was angling, I would have raised.
No, I understand. I understand.
But because you know that my ante changes. Now you gotta see the flop against four.
My fault.
No, it's kind of our responsibility.
No,
I've been messing
I
up.
was screwing around with the new dealer and not watching them.
I've been messing up.
Okay, have a good night, dude.
All right. So we weren't able to hear that, but hopefully you guys did and got some information. What from what looked like to us is that there was maybe some confusion about the blinds and how those were getting processed. Not really sure, but
So we have we're at 2K, 4K blinds with the 4K big blind ante. So that's going to be 10K right off the bat. So without any raises, that's the very first amount that. So it's it's good. It's a good amount to take down. So heads up here, we're going to see 10, 5, 3, 2 spades, and no one hits anything. Dave here is probably going to check, and Jason's probably going to take advantage because of position only,
Yep.
really. So there's a lot of position bets that we're going to see here, I'm guessing.
yeah, interesting. Dave went ahead and called that. I think he's trying to float to represent a hand, but Jason is. Yep. So there he goes. Dave went ahead and led out on the turn, and since Jason didn't have anything, he folded the best hand. K Hazards. Dave apparently put in the big blind when he was the small blind, and then the big blind called it, and everyone was confused. So yeah, that. Thanks for clarifying that. Figured there had to be something going on because everyone was kind of hanging around looking confused. Evad Coat, the payouts are wrong there. The payouts are actually $3,000 for first place and a hearty handshake for second place because there were only 6 players that paid into this sit and go, so it winds up being a winner take all. And Jason check raises Dave. Jason thinks he was bluffing. He actually had the best hand.
Nutlo says, as a dealer, heads up is way more difficult. You're constantly moving, and it's quick paced. More difficult as a player playing it. You're saying as a dealer,
I think
right?
It means as a dealer.
Actually dealing it. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Or I thought you meant as an opinion as a dealer. But okay, I gotcha. All right. You're no breaks pretty much. It's
Jason
quick,
picks
quick.
up another big hand with ace queen. Dave's got connected cards 5-4, and Dave's got a draw. I think we can count on Jason putting in a bet here and Dave probably calling. Jason decides to play it a little bit slow, a little bit tricky. I'm not sure that Dave is going to call there. Yeah, he decides to get out.
That dealer there, name is Gino. Really cool guy. He's, I think he started here as a chip runner. Yeah, I remember, I believe. And now I'm always seeing him as on the tables, so I'm always glad to see him. A lot of friendly faces here. Employees here. The staff is just great. Really accommodating to new players and knowledgeable enough for veteran players. Just really a well-balanced location, lighting. It's a little, if I could say anything, it's bring a sweater, because we do try to keep it cool here. I'm wearing something that I normally wouldn't wear if I were to be playing out there, because I know I'll freeze my butt off. Down below, I have shorts on, so I would say don't wear that unless you really are really hot, run hot a lot. So. Oh wow, we got King 7 for Jason.
Got that flush draw. Dave only has a straight draw.
Mm-hmm. Not a great one either.
No. The flush gets there.
The flush does get there. But that actually gives Dave more value here on the turn with a flush draw to add to his straight draw.
Yep, he doesn't know
but he doesn't know he's
dead.
drawing dead on everything. So.
And Jason is going to set out a trap, and Dave is going to have to chew his leg off in a minute.
So Jason decides to check, right?
Yep.
To raise Dave's bet. I would say this is the best value for him to raise. And he just calls.
Being a little sneaky.
Yeah, he is. If he's going to do that, then he should check, right? The thing is, that's tough. If it doesn't blank, then you're going to lose value there by checking on the river.
Dave gives up. Once Jason called the turn, Dave was done with the hand unless a 5 got there to give him a straight.
Yeah.
And fortunately for him, that did not happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think a nice little bet there could possibly induce a bluff raise that you can just snap, call, or shove. You're going to make more money, I think, most of the time there. D-Bizzle Stones is amazing. Love playing there Monday through Friday. Yeah, Saturday through Sunday is the worst. Just kidding.
And Dave C. with more garbage cards, 9-4 offsuit. Bot Killer, what's up with the tournament clock countdown? This is a tournament. It is a single table sit and go tournament. There were 6 entries, and so the tournament clock is counting down to the next escalation of blinds. So about 6 minutes, blinds are going to go up again. It's 2,000, 4,000 with the 4,000 big blind ante right now. If I had to guess as to what the next set of blinds are. I think it would be like 2,500, 5,000. I think there's still 500 denomination chips on there.
PDX says a heads up can also be tough as a player, especially if you're not accustomed to it. Action is always either on you or next to act. LOL. Yeah, I mean, it just, the dynamic changes like so much.
Yeah,
going from even just one more player in there.
You kind of
so,
have to play almost all of your hands.
So yeah, so it's as a new player, being in that position, yeah, it could be quite intimidating, and you may not know what to do or what you're supposed to do, but
Dave
that's where you got to
finally
learn.
Picks up a hand, pocket queens. He's 3-betting. Jason's not going to fold his king 10. That's a pretty premium hand, heads up, but he's not going to get out of line with it either.
Oh no, that's a rough one. Dave's got to say, if he's gonna be scared of this flop, he's got to be afraid of only one card. Really, is the king.
Yeah.
So can he be convinced that he has the king? Let's see what he believes. Oh my goodness.
Jason makes two
a little
pair like he
overkill.
needed
Jason
that.
doesn't really. Yeah, exactly. But
I mean,
that
he's going to be happy about it.
I'm
'cause
sure he's not going to
beating
complain.
Ace King now.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of less hands that he is afraid of, and actually now he can definitely bet for value with confidence.
And Dave
and
gets
Dave,
away from it.
Dave is that's the pros. Here's the give and take. Now, the things that I say about Dave not being aggressive enough, possibly just based on my opinion, of course, this is where he now excels, is where he can make those laydowns a lot easier than someone that might be overly aggressive, like laying down queens and losing more money.
A lot of people would have wound up losing
Yep.
the rest of their
So
stack
high
on
five
that.
to Dave.
But, Dave is steamed now. You can see his lips moving. He's talking to himself. I get
Yeah.
frickin' queens.
Yeah, his
and
hair is
I
now
still
as
can't win
wavy
with
as
them.
it was, flowing earlier, breezing. It's just kind of stagnant now. His hair, all still beautiful, full of hair. David, 8-6 offsuit, decides to fold. So yeah, I could see it now too. Now that you mention it, he does seem like a little frustrated.
Yeah, I can't blame him. I mean, you get queens, heads
Heads up.
you 3-bet,
Right.
and of course a king comes
And
on
you still
there.
don't know if you're good or not. That's I
Yeah.
think that's where it's at. And Dave may not even care enough to go back and look, to be honest.
Yeah, PDX, no rabbit hunting in the tournament, to the best of my knowledge. I think that would potentially, cause some issues, because since the blinds are going up, you're delaying the game. So, somebody could say, hey, let's hunt some rabbits and, take another minute off the tournament clock.
PDX, if you need to see any rabbit, just send the $5 to me, and I'll find out, talk to my people, and I'll give you up to 10 ones that I'll look up, all right? You have to trust what I say, though.
And Dave shoves with Queen Jack and takes it down.
Queen on the river for cooler. You guys really wanted him to call there, huh? This is how we live vicariously through these players, because there are no consequences for us.
Yeah.
Dave C with Queen 9. I like it. Oh,
shovable.
and he likes it enough to shove.
Yeah.
126K. So, you know what? Man, so his amount of options are going to be reduced as he loses any hands, really.
I mean, so each orbit, they're both putting 10,000 into the pot, and since there's two people, that means you're putting an average of 5,000 into the pot pre-flop on every single hand. And when you've only got 120, 130,000, that's a huge portion of your stack. And right now, Dave is just insta-shipping any face card that he sees, which, the only way Jason can defend against it is to come up with a hand. And, right now, Jason doesn't have to come up with a hand. He can wait.
He can wait. So how do you defeat a person that has you covered 3.5 to 1? Final table, heads up. How do you defend against something like that?
Either shove before they do, or just wait until you have a hand. Dave's got an ace. He shoves, and he picks up that extra money again. And Dave's up to 146K now. So Dave has basically added 20,000 to his stack in the last 4 hands. PDX, I think you can just walk to the booth and give JDR that $5. I think that would work.
Yep, I'm here, available. Anytime money's coming this way, available.
Timmo says one way to defend is to just blind shove to show the other player you're not afraid to get in.
Actually, go ahead and send it to winners at stonespoker.con. I just suck con. I like it. PDX, what would I do without you?
And we got 5 seconds left, and the blinds are going to go up. I'm guessing 2,500 and 5,000. We will see in just a moment.
So, what is it? Tamimo, blind shove on them to show them you ain't scared to get it in.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be scared because you don't know what you have, right? So, could work.
Looks like one last hand at the 2K, 4K blind limits.
You defend by doubling up. Okay. So the strategy is to win. I gotcha. I know that wasn't a typo, PDX. I wouldn't expect anything less from you. I love it.
Jason with King Queen. That's probably good for a shove right here.
Kazin, that's out of line. Out of line, buddy.
And Dave folds the Jack 7 clubs. Yeah, Jason is taking charge of this again. He is basically shoving before Dave has a chance to.
So this is a really tough position. This is a dominating position by Jason, and the reason why it's so much more dominating is because he's a good player. Like, he understands, when to make the plays and how much he doesn't have to play.
Here we go.
So he has a definite advantage, and just like this, he can be really picky on what he actually calls. Ace Jack is definitely a great hand. Ace 4 is a great hand, but Jason does have him dominated in many aspects as chip count. He doesn't have his life on the line.
Dave picks up a draw. He needs a 3 or a 4 to stay alive.
Yep, 3 or 4 would be good. Ooh,
King is no help.
King is
Nobody's
so
got any spades.
Only needs a 4 or 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I don't know why the 3s aren't showing up there. We know nobody folded them. 3 or 4, or this tournament is over, and
there we go.
Dave C is frustrated.
All right, with 7 outs remaining, let's see if Dave can either get a 4 or a 3 on the river, and we don't get it. The game is
Jason
done.
takes it down.
Jason, good job,
3,000
buddy.
for Jason. Good game, Jason. Good game, Dave.
Nice work. Dave, nice work, buddy. Always number 1 in my heart. Jason, number 1 in this tournament. Nice work. And GG's in the chat. Well done. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I think we're going to do some marbles, too.
I think we are going to do one last marble, and JFK is coming up to the table to make sure that everything is good. And
nice takedown, buddy.
Yep.
I was just playing with him at a different location, too. This guy is grinding it out, guys, right? It's funny because when you see someone playing cash or whatever at one location, right, and then you consistently see them, and then you decide, let me go somewhere else, and you see them again, you start to think they're a degen, but yet I'm here, too.
Yes. What is wrong with this person that they're always at the casino when I'm here? Wait a minute. All right.
Everyone's ready. Everyone's getting that exclamation point play in, play 2. We love you guys.
We're getting some marbles going.
Marbles. You guys want to see that yellow and purple?
There we go.
So we have 16 registered. Let's get everyone in here. All the lurkers, everyone that was really amazing and just sticking around, watching, not necessarily chatting. This is your chance to shine.
Yep.
Exclamation point play. Beat all these other guys that were chatting the whole time. Say, hey,
hat.
I'm a lurker, but I can win this.
Hat for anyone who winds up winning this.
And the hat is also good too. We ship anywhere and everywhere.
Anywhere
as long
in
as
the
you
United
are
States.
willing to pay.
Continental United States.
Right. If you're willing to pay outside of the U.S., that's a maybe. So at best. So good luck to everyone. But this is priceless. Right
Yes.
here. This time with us and time with you is priceless. So get them in, and it's priceless, so it's free.
We got a good turnout for this race. 39 players, a lot more than even the previous one.
Exactly,
That's awesome.
PDX. Oh, man. When you recognize half the room,
It, not them, it you.
or they recognize you, yeah. There was a guy on the table on Cash Game. He's like, I've seen you before.
D-Bizzle, I don't know if you're in there or not, but if you type in !play, that'll make sure that you do get in there.
Someone flush us down, says Bot 7T Killer. All right, we'll do. We'll be getting that started soon. It's still raining outside, guys, so... And if any of you guys are playing on a tablet, one of those touch tablets, you can actually move your marbles using your finger. So give that a shot. If it doesn't work, email us at winners@stonesgamblinghall.com. Kappa.
Email at Marble Technical Support.
Marbles technical support at Stones Gambling Hall. That's a long thing
Yeah.
to type. But if it's worth it for you,
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Get in there. Anybody
20
who
seconds
has
too long. Let's go. Let's
Nudist,
get you guys.
Nudist finally showed up in the chat. Hey there, Nudist. You're just in time for the last action of the night. The sit and go has completed. It was 6 players, and it just finished.
Nudist
and
to
now
complete
we are doing
the list.
a marble race for a hat. Hope
All
you
right.
got in.
Ready for the flush.
To the stream for a play.
Is this the same?
Same map. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say mahogany. You guys are on mahogany right now? No? Let's scroll down. I mean, let's go down the toilet. This is what you guys said, right?
Kind of looks like a snail shell. No funny, wacky music to play. No, but you're welcome to do that on your own. Just load up iTunes and put in some like Benny Hill music or something.
Snail shell.
Brian Fodder. In very good shape right now.
Hey, what is this tube we're
Currently
going
tied with the Linda 66 Ghost Ball course record. Sandy Joy and Ghost of M coming up close behind. 6T3 or 7 Riverwolf small 6 player, Moose AA, Taj Mahal Kid, Nucifer, lots of people getting in there right now. Looks like, boy, we got a lot of people outpacing the Ghost Ball right now. Who's going to get down in that channel first? Ghost of M is in there with the Riverwolf, and can't tell who else is behind him. Oh, nice little hippity hop by Ghost of M. That's probably going to save him a little extra time. Small stakes player trying to make it 2 hats and save the shipping costs for make it for 2 hats to Singapore instead of just 1 to save money.
Right. Wow, this is amazing.
We got some sort
something's
of
going on. Some vortex.
tornado action going on here.
Yeah, it looks like we got
People
some
are getting
turbulence.
stuck.
Yeah.
But they're releasing now Taj Mahal Kid X.
Wow, that was crazy.
Oh, 63.
Hey, 63, keep going. You got it.
PDX,
Oh,
buddy, running
PDX
up
says, hey,
Taj Mahal
I'm
Kid.
not to be ignored.
Oh, great run by 63. He gets through so smoothly. 63 is going to make it, going to take it all down.
Nice.
63,
Nice
get your
work.
info to JFK Poker in the chat, and we will get you a beautiful Stones Gambling Hall hat.
Yeah, all right.
Soft
Hey.
and supple.
Guys, thanks a lot for joining us here on Stones Live. No marbles were hurt during this race. I hope you guys join us next time. Goodbye, everyone. Right? I think that's it. Right? So
think that
we'll
does
see you
it.
guys on Monday.
Yeah.
I think I'm here.
Oh,
Kieran, when are you
fantastic.
next?
I don't know. Maybe next Saturday? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm not here on Monday. I know
Oh, okay.
that.
All right. Well, again, thanks, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you next time. This is JDR saying goodbye.
This is Kieran saying goodbye.
Peace
Have a great
out.
night.